I'm gonna be looking over a lot to keep an eye on it, so I'm sorry in advance for looking at the side a lot. I don't remember if I had my camera in the top left for this game. Let's just try it. Fuck it. Let's try it. See how it goes. I don't know what's going on with my bitrate. The past couple streams, it's just, it used to be at like 6,000, which is the max, and then I just started dropping and dropping and dropping. And I started the stream like just at the very, very start when it was just my starting screen. Started it at 6,000 and it just went red. And immediately started dropping all the frames, so I had to lower it a ton. So, fingers crossed. But let's get into it. Let's go. Oh yeah, we had stopped before going to a place. Okay, Werner Vogel invites me to the Kurt Monchios mansion. Oh my god, that's right. I forgot. We're this creep. Can we go talk to somebody on the street? Are they gonna say anything about us if they see us? I think I'm actually going to turn down some of the video settings for right now and just see if that helps. Oh, there's only 30 and 60. Just turn some stuff down a little bit. See if that leaves some of the strain. Oh, they don't say anything. Okay. Facebook. Dear Mr. Holmes, I'm waiting for you at Kurt Monchio's mansion on Turquoise Lane across from Cordona Abbey in northern Grand Surrey. Come at once. If inconvenient, come anyway. Always your friend, VV. P.S. I sent you the appropriate outfit for this place to avoid any unnecessary complications. I hope it fits. So that's the new case we're on. Oh, we can connect some stuff in our overarching story though. Mycroft did not like the methods of Dr. Otto Richter and did not trust him. Mycroft hid the truth about the death of our mother and lied when he told me that she died of tuberculosis. Hey Dot! How are you? It's good to see you. Okay. I should have probably done this a lot earlier. Okay. Oh, my mother's struggles with mental disease could well be hereditary and affect my mind and rationality. So that's our imaginary friend who brought T mental disease and Mycroft testified. None of those match. Okay. I am alright. I'm good to hear that. It's good to see you. Okay, so we gotta... Wait, what is this here? Tiny key. Did we look in the drawer? Yeah, we did. Okay, I think it was just telling us stuff that was updated. Wait, shit. No, we gotta... Here we go. Place on the map. Okay. Northern Grand Surrey. So here, northern Turquoise Lane. I feel like that has to be pretty close then, right? What way is north? Is it up or is it a different? Turquoise Lane. Let's say Gallifrey? Isn't that the planet from Doctor Who? Huh. Across from Cordona Abbey. Is this the Abbey? Can't see. Turquoise Lane. Oh, here. Okay. On Turquoise Lane across from Cordona Abbey. So here. Okay. Can I fast travel to a place closer? Yes. Okay, and then we just go north. North and a little bit east. Can we get any newspapers in our weird outfit?
All the newspapers are sold out.
He doesn't want to sell to me. I don't know why. Okay, let's go. Sit here. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely this place. Oh god, this is so weird. Is this what rich people do?
Sir.
They just have creepy mask parties?
Enjoy the evening, sir.
Friends?
There is still plenty of time before the grand
Is
finale.
that just a
All right.
almost naked lady? Oh, there's multiple. There's also a guy in bondage. What is this? But this kind of reminds me of what's his name? Sander Cohen's place in BioShock. It's just so weird.
What if I write an article about these people here? Can you help me gather information about Cordona's...
Look at his little straps. Oh my
elite?
god. Ooh.
Ah, I know the perfect girl for you.
Yeah? You met my girlfriend? What are you doing?
Oh goodness, Sherlock. They made a blood fountain.
No, John, it's
He's
definitely
just
not blood,
sticking his
just
ass
wine.
out.
The whores, at a guess.
Okay. Seems like an interesting party. So weird. Alright. What's back here, I guess? Rich people do be kooky. It's... like, what is happening? Oh.
Sherlock!
Oh, this is him.
Friend. I wasn't sure you'd come.
For a second, I was scared that we, intruded on something more intimate.
Werner, I see you are not yourself.
Also, how did he know
The
it
more
was
time
us?
you spend here in Cordona, the more I feel it my duty to bring you into our world and show you all we have to offer.
And what is on offer today?
Pleasure, indulgence, relief, and relaxation. You've earned some time for yourself, have you
This
not?
guy's very weird.
Naomi would say I'm incapable of it.
Nonsense. I refuse to believe there is anyone permitted to know Sherlock Holmes.
Huh. You may be right.
Then free yourself from inhibition and expectation. The night is young, and so are the guests. You should try to enjoy both. It's not healthy
someone
for
gonna
handsome
die?
men to spend every night alone, and certainly not in a house
I
filled
want
with
someone to
such
die.
melancholic memories.
I must admit, my travels have proven more taxing than expected. I'm less confident in my life and myself. Time of relaxation seems a distant dream.
So can I tempt you with a physical aid to your moral consolations? There's wine, of course.
He just wants to
Something to
get us,
smoke, Or
blasted.
perhaps an artificial paradise? Yes, something more spiritual. Potentiator to
Oh
sharpen
god.
the mind.
Are we gonna trip?
A 7% solution of, well, that'd be telling, but you must try it.
Are we gonna trip?
My mind is my most valuable asset and a finely tuned instrument. I will not risk impeding its function. My ultimate duty is to
I was
provide
kind of
the
hoping to
world
see
with
the
truth,
Pound
and I
Town.
do that
Absolutely
perfectly well,
not.
Sis.
Duty? You've never cared about that before.
Of course I do. Exposing a lie, revealing a fact, that is a moral responsibility.
Imagine how sweaty,
That's not
like,
morality.
your face
Morals
must be
are
under
what
that
happens
mask.
afterwards when truth collides
Ugh.
with consequence. Do you ever follow up on cases you solved?
Yes.
Do you ever see what happened next? Visit the victims? Ensure justice is served in
As
the courts?
best as I
And
can
how do
in
you
the
choose
game.
where to direct your attention? Are there not deserving causes to which your brilliance could be applied but isn't?
You ascribe me more power than I possess. I have a narrow skill set and work within that mandate. What
I
occurs
hate being
afterward
able to just, like,
is
see their
irrelevant.
lips inside the
With every
little
action or
slit.
inaction, you place a finger on the scales
Ugh.
of morality. Many in the city would see you as abdicating your responsibility.
I haven't.
Not me, of course. Morality is subjective, just like truth. There is little to be gained from indulging in it, and far better things to indulge in. Now I must insist on easing any burdens I've placed upon your shoulders. Show yourself a
I
kindness.
feel so uncomfortable
and
in
try
this
this
room.
rather delectable concoction.
No! No.
I am perfectly capable of coping with myself without medical assistance.
Then I shall press you on it no further. But please do not refuse my gift. Take it with you as a souvenir of this special night.
Souvenir of what, exactly?
I'm really worried that
But,
we're gonna end up
All right,
tripping.
only to put the matter to bed.
And now, our evening begins in earnest. I just remembered. I'm sorry, Sherlock. My mind's delightfully impaired. Please take this key. It opens the altar room, past the library.
Pardon? Altar room? What now, Werner?
Go quickly and
We're gonna
find
trip
our Fabio.
balls. I really feel
Only
like
you
we
can
are.
make and talk. I'll join you in a minute.
Okay, this is so weird. Also, so this is a sex party, as evidenced, kind of, or at least, you know, like a sensual party, but I gotta be honest, no matter how nicely everyone is dressed, these masks would scare the shit out of me. Like, I wouldn't be able to focus on anything else. Just be looking at that creepy face. Alright, where am I going? The altar room. Altar room. Excuse me. Okay, and so for John, we need to try and get the dirt on some people. This guy is just wearing a cravat. His mask has a little mustache. Hello. He's a sling so you don't trip on them, but that's half the fun.
What was here before Manchio's family bought it?
Don't know what was here. Alright, eavesdrop. We're standing right in front of them eavesdropping. Eerie history of the mansion. No? Ruins? No. There we go. Was that it? Yes, Yellow Press. Before Manchio's family, the mansion was owned by an occultist architect. He dedicated his life to conducting a powerful ritual from the Forgotten Tome, but the ordinary magic circles proved too weak for it. That was why he built this mansion. A keen eye might notice that its shapes correspond with certain magical symbols, and some walls have cavities. One day, the architect simply disappeared. An ash stain on the floor was all that remained. Perhaps he was successful in his endeavor. Ooh,
That's what
that's
I like
creepy.
about this party. Bring me more dirt, Sherry.
Oh, that was the
One
stuff
more
he was asking
curtains
for.
do not guarantee privacy.
Hello, you just
And you
teleported?
still need a crack, despite being ethereal.
Oh. Can I go in the side rooms at all? Is there anything in here to look at? Exactly matters. Doesn't matter how
Romantic
pretty you look.
poetry and prose.
It's terrifying.
Someone's in touch with their feelings.
Ugh.
Codex Orchis. Why does this occult book sound like a flower?
Go to Orchid. Oh my god. Big sleepies today. Alright, let's go. Oh. Hello? Oh. Okay.
My God. Was he here this
Um,
whole time?
So why have the police not been called? If you knew there was a dead body in here. Yo, this is some satanic shit. Let's go. Butterfly tattoo. Okay. Looks like it has something like a rune. Tattoo covers a mark slave
This
branding.
crude tattoo
Oh,
partially covers as slave branding.
okay. The laceration on his forehead.
A blunt force trauma may have suffered an internal hemorrhage.
Just below the nipple. This is a cool knife. Like, I realize someone was murdered with it, but it's a cool knife.
The dagger is heavy and sharp, but lacks balance.
It's more like ornamental.
This golden handle has a bloodstain on it.
Probably from drawing these markings.
This worm-like sigil has been drawn with his
Worm.
own blood.
Hey, look, death like you wanted. Yes. What's in your hand?
The victim has clenched the fabric so firmly in his fist that it's nigh impossible to remove it.
They got murder with it, so now it has history. Oh yeah. how to increase the value of your items.
The wound is deep. A precise strike reached the heart.
How is that? How is that anywhere near the heart? Hello? It's like halfway down his chest. This just in, your heart is in your belly button now. What are you doing?
These crime scenes always outdo my imagination.
God.
This elaborate box must be for the ritual dagger.
Is this gonna be like, he wanted to be killed? It's gonna be like one of those
This
sites
oil
where you
has a
can
slight
ask to
aroma
be
of flowers and
cannibalized.
olive. The ointment smells mouse-like. I presume it is an aphrodisiac prepared from a Spanish fly.
Orgy murder party? Oh hey, when did you get here?
Werner, care to explain what is going on here?
On nights like
Definitely
these,
get the
it's
lung,
not
and if
unusual
angled in
for
the
some
correct direction, it
attendees
would
to
hit
get
the
a
bottom
little
of the heart. It didn't even look
exuberant.
like that long a
It's
knife.
part of the appeal.
That's a weird
Unfortunately,
place
it
to
appears things
stab
have
if
gotten
you
out
wanted
of
to get the
hand.
heart.
Yes, some are more prone to bend the rules of morality.
That's murder.
Yeah.
I doubt there's anything left to bend. Why
Oh,
did you
yeah,
not tell me
it was just,
immediately? We were
if
chatting
things
about
got out of
trivial
hand,
matters for some time.
There's a dead
If I'm
body.
completely honest, Sherlock, I've consumed a rather potent cocktail of substances. My attention slips and drifts. But I'm glad I thought to call for you.
You sent me a disguise.
Oh dear, did I? Well, since I found the body, Mr. Manchios has agreed that you can investigate the matter. I promise my mind will behave itself going forward.
Okay.
All right. Then pull yourself together, Werner.
This is so weird. Oh god, okay. Who's Mr. Manchios?
Mr. Manchios is the owner of the manor, yes?
And the host of Cordona's most memorable parties. He promises even the ugliest guest a partner for the
Oh,
night.
so that's
and
why.
for the ones with
That's
more
why the masks.
unconventional tastes, Mr. Manchios provides other services.
What a caring person.
John in
cannot
his
begin to
stupid ice
imagine.
cream outfit. How'd you find the body?
How did you discover the body? In between guzzles of alcohol?
Also, Arya, I have a
I was
question.
sent to
Go for
perform
it.
a fecundity rite with Fabio and came to inquire further. It was a staged ritual where he was to play the principle of life.
And the rehearsal was unsuccessful?
Huh, who knows? I found him alone on the altar, his blood dripping to the floor.
And then?
Then I called Mr. Manchios. He was panicking,
And you
so
went
I
and
told
got
him
high.
about you. We left the room and locked the door.
Jeez.
Then we were
Filling time?
waiting for you was stressful. We indulged in some simple comforts. Overindulged, perhaps.
This guy is so... You know Alien is a horror movie, right? Yeah, I love Alien. It's one of like the few horror movies that I'm good watching because it's modern horror specifically is built more on sudden images, jump scares, gore, stuff like that. But movies like Alien, they're horror, but they're also built on like tension and story based, and it doesn't trigger a panic response. But if a face looking like that just popped out, my fight or flight would just go nuts. But I love Alien. I love Ripley. If we ever get to 1,000 followers, I said I would do a playthrough of Alien Isolation.
Were you well acquainted with
That's
Fabio,
gonna
the
suck.
victim?
Everyone knew Fabio, or wanted to. His beauty was the talk of the island. Too handsome to go unnoticed. He was magnetic. Fat wallets fought for the privilege of having him.
Yeah,
He
I
offered the
can't
pleasures
do
of
I can't
performance
do like
and more.
horror that's made just to get specific reactions. Does that make sense? I don't like newer horror movies. I can't do. I like reading about them, but I can't do them. Was the door open?
When you discovered the body, was the door open?
No, it was locked. Oh, that
Okay,
reminds
so
me.
who could have
It's a
gotten
minor
in?
detail, but the first time I came to speak to Fabio, I left without entering,
Oh, my neck is
having
so
been unable to open the door.
tense.
You didn't have the key?
No, I had it. Don't look at me like that.
When I get
was
a
mostly
good
sober.
crack.
I suspect there was a key in the other side of the door, blocking the lock.
That detail may very well be major, Werner. Well done. So you returned later only to find the lock was not blocked.
Correct. After an hour had passed, I tried again and was able to unlock the door. That's when I discovered poor, handsome Fabio.
I can't even do cringy social interaction scenes in films. I understand.
What
I
about
guess
the
no,
fertility
it then
ritual?
no.
There was
I'm
something
not a
about
fan of
Fabio
it
being
in
a
general.
principle of life.
Fabio was supposed
I
to
tried to read the
portray
book and
beauty of
it made
life's
me
origin.
so angry.
Flowers, oil, not this travesty that seems straight out of the Inquisition.
So this ritual is not the fertility rite. What was it meant to look like?
It begins with a woman lying naked in a flower bed on the altar. She represents Gaia.
Is this
the
really
earth.
what rich people do
As
with
I
their
cover
free
her
time?
in oils, we chant for the principle. As our calls reach a climax, Fabio enters and copulates with her. After he finishes, I stab her with a dagger. That part's just pretend, of course.
But the intercourse is not?
I did not expect you to be such a prude. Are you a virgin?
This is so weird.
It is nothing to be ashamed of, but it would explain the color of your cheeks. The
You can't see
fertility
my
rite
cheeks,
marks the
bitch.
start of our festivities. The principle of life is beautiful, intimate, essential. It must not be stopped.
Yet it appears that someone did stop it. What about the naked woman? Can you tell me anything about her?
Oh yes, Matista.
Matista.
She's one of Fabio's
Okay.
compatriots and a performer too. I haven't seen her today, actually.
Well, we should probably find her.
The police remain unaware of this tragic event?
Some of them may be hiding behind their masks. They conceal many things. But we didn't want the authorities to create more problems. Besides, after a few cocktails, their incompetence will have soared to new heights.
Just
How
like
do you know I
yours,
even
buddy.
want the case?
I promised you relaxation. If there's one thing
Yeah.
I know about you, Sherlock, it's that nothing suits
I've read
you more than
about
a
the
good
Fear Street
mystery.
trilogy. There's also this guy on YouTube. I forget what his name is, but he does like a horror movie. Like he talks through the story and shows like short clips from it, but so he like tells you about the story. It's like 30 minutes per video, but that way I feel like I can enjoy the story, at least kind of, without getting the panic of the jump scares. So if there's like movies that I'm interested in but I know I can't watch, I'll watch those videos. No, I think it's Endings Explained or something like that. So I watched his Fear
This
Street
one
video, but I
looks
don't
like
really
a
remember
twisted
it too
symbol
much.
of Venus, drawn in a hurry.
Yeah, it looks a little different. Oh, and this is a
The sign reminds me of
Mars?
the astrological symbol for Mars.
man and woman. Thing back here, fake rocks. Okay. So strange. Oh. Dressing room. So it's literally just like a performance. For my Fabio.
Handcrafted and luxurious cufflinks. There's also a note.
Manchios. Oh my god.
For my Fabio. Manchos.
Beer rap? Pog?
Would you recognize me in one of these?
So creepy.
I suppose not.
What are these brushes for? What about the key? F.
The key is similar to the one that Vogel gave me.
So where does it go?
The capital F on the key fob might refer to Fabio.
Oh, was that just his key to the room? So his key to the room is still in here. Okay. And what about here? Book.
This is a different ritual.
Okay. Ritual scenario. I found a scenario of some sort of ritual with a remark written at the beginning. It says, read and rehearse this rite, Manchios. The naked woman lies on the altar on a bed of flowers symbolizing Mother Gaia. The one who leads the ritual oils the body of the woman to awaken her inner fertility. Participants should chant at this moment and call for the man who can please Mother Gaia. Then the man who will impersonate the principle of life may come to engage in sexual congress with her. So odd. Don't ignore the guests, Matista, and stop boring them. Or Matista? They don't want to hear about your stupidities. They want to feel how beautiful they are and how generous you can be towards them. You are here to please and celebrate life. Remember, each guest paid a great deal to be with you. Monchios.
How
Okay.
can anyone accept such behavior?
So he was not fond of her.
A useful tool for a disguise arsenal.
We should find her. Like, we should really talk to her. Okay, water basin?
The pitcher is empty, but with puddles around it.
Ooh, is there a stain there?
Blood clots are adhered to the sides of the drain.
Ooh. Someone bled in the sink? Or someone poured blood down the sink? And there's a costume missing. Wet handprint.
Identical to the robes the guests are wearing.
I watched Dead Meat to get through the terrible Friday the 13th movies because he makes fun of the horror movies, tells us production info, does a summary of the story, and counts about the deaths in the movie. The guy I watch is more specifically just like explaining, like going through the whole story and the plot, and then if it's like a mindfuck movie, explaining it or his interpretation of it.
Props,
And then he also like
decorations,
puts
and
in his
tools for a
opinions,
more
which are funny.
detailed set.
Ooh.
Similar to the guests' robes, apart from the bloodstains.
It's a horrible place to stash it. My god. Alright, anything else that I'm missing in here? I don't think so. What's out here? Okay. Hey, what's up?
What about a quick pillow fight?
Ah. I think the guy I watch, I think his name is literally just Ending Explained. He's a really fun guy. He does a lot of videos.
Enough cigars to burn down the entire mansion.
Okay. Is that a poker?
Why don't people tidy up after
Oh,
themselves?
no, that's a whip. Okay, that's a leather whip. Sanium.
An
Stained in
open
blood.
wound spoiled the carpet.
Ooh, they're getting very kinky, apparently. Wine bottles? Oh, could someone have been hit with this?
Blood. A sturdy bottle met a not-so-sturdy human.
I can't believe
It
that
didn't
bottle didn't break.
only because it was unopened.
Oh, that explains it. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Oh, I can pin something. Have I done this? Oh, I need to find one more clue for him. This is just all the evidence we unlocked. And then I can pin this and visualize. Okay. I want to see if there's anything here to look at first. God, that food looks so good. Alright. Blood.
The wounded person was here for some time.
Did they stood there? Or were laying there?
A
Smeared
bloody
blood.
handprint on an armchair.
Ooh. Oh my god, that's so hard to see. Like without the special vision. Okay, and this just goes back in here. There's the handprint again. Do we think
A
it's
person
his?
leaned against the doorframe. They left a smudged trail of blood.
You think he
There
was hit
appear to
over
be
the
no
head
further
with the
traces
bottle
leading to the altar.
and then
So, Sherry,
stabbed?
Do you have any ideas about the case?
Perhaps. I think I can deduce what happened here.
I think he was hit over the head with the bottle and then like was dazed and disoriented and tried to make his way in here, and then he got stabbed on the altar. At least that's what I think. We look so silly sitting down in that outfit. Oh my god. I don't know. I don't know which one it is yet. So let's go check out the other options first. Alright, what's this? Putting the robe in there, or... Oh, is that Fabio? The fact that the robe was just tossed in there makes me think that maybe it wasn't like that big of a deal. But it was tossed away, but again, I don't know. I'm gonna go through and see all the options. He could have been washing like the blood from the ritual off his hands. Let's say that for now. So he was washing the blood from the ritual off his hands. Oh. Someone might have dragged him? Or is he like slumped over? I feel like it was that. No, he wasn't stabbed here. Okay, so he got knocked over the head with the bottle. Crawled away. But the handprint there doesn't match up. Because that's a left hand. I think it has to be this. Got knocked unconscious. And then I guess this is from the guy dragging him. What are the two options for this again? Oh, he knocks him over the head here. Was that choking? That's choking. And that's stabbing. Okay. I think that might be it. But let's just double check these ones, because these are the ones I'm not sure about. Putting the robes back. What if it all was like the assailant who put everything back? Let's try that. Oh, there's one I'm missing all the way out there. It was like, it's not giving me the option to confirm it. He did have the key already here.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Let's see, maybe he's still in here somewhere. Maybe it was Fabio who put these things away.
You're not even
No.
trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Okay. Let's have this be the assailant. Like how they blur out the butt crack. And then Fabio locking the door.
You're not even trying,
No?
Sherry. Concentrate.
Maybe him, the other guy locking the door? Oh, my bit rate. Okay,
The
there.
bottle was used as a weapon during a scuffle in the smoking lounge.
I was hoping he was still stuck
Then,
in there.
to
That would
ensure
be
no one
fun.
would interrupt, the murderer locked the door. The unconscious body of the victim was moved to the altar room. Once the body was on the altar, the murderer thrust the dagger into the victim's heart. Symbols were drawn with the blood. The wardrobe was used to hide the bloodied robe from anyone's eyes. The killer washed himself and took a clean robe from the hanger before leaving.
Oh, okay.
Are you all right? You're on the floor, not moving.
I think I know what happened here.
Okay, so let's look at the Mind Palace. So the circumstances, his key remains untouched. The murderer was in possession of a key to the altar room and locked the door. You think maybe it was the woman that he performs with? He was assaulted and then died on the altar. Fabio was sacrificed on the altar during an occult ritual, so maybe it was someone who actually like believes in the ritual that it has to be done. Ritual was staged. It was a cover for the true murder motive. Maybe it was staged. Let's go with that for right now. I'm thinking it might be the other female performer, because it seems like their boss really hated her, or was like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Was harsher to her at least.
I'm starting to put the pieces together.
Maybe she was
Fabio was
jealous
stabbed.
or
I see
angry.
nothing gets past you, Werner. Yes, he was stabbed, but only after being knocked out in the next room and placed here. I do not yet know why.
So, who's responsible?
Well, it was one person working alone, and The murderer has now donned a robe.
Sorry,
He or
just
she
something,
could be hiding in
a
plain
message gotta
sight.
look at.
We have lost time, Werner, but your discretion may prove to be a benediction after all.
Sorry. Okay. Provide evidence? Oh god, what am I providing evidence for?
The murderer had to have access to this room. After
Oh,
the
I'm
crime,
just questioning
he
him.
used his own key to lock the
My
door.
sister was messaging
So,
me, I had to respond.
who had the key to the altar room?
I'm not sure. As a special guest, I was provided one by Mr. Manchios.
Okay, so we have to talk
He
to
should
him
be able to tell you of any others.
and
Where can I
see
find
who
him?
he gave
Most
keys
likely
to.
in the main hall, entertaining his guests. He has a mask with golden stars.
Okay.
You can't miss him.
Golden
but please
stars.
be discreet. We don't want to risk disturbing the revelry.
Oh yes, someone was brutally murdered, but God forbid we disrupt their party. Assholes. Okay, golden stars.
Sherlock, don't forget to find the information I need before the guests leave.
Okay, we'll take another quick look around and see if we can find your thing before we talk to Manchios. Because I don't want to fail the mission.
These medieval botany and chemistry books look even more satanic than the occult ones.
Anyone else I can eavesdrop on? That guy not wearing a mask? Oh no, he is. Okay. Just didn't see it for a second. Oh. There's a guy just going like, hurry, hurry, hurry.
Manchios had to enforce the masks
Oh.
after the scandal.
Here we go. Okay. Uncover the identity disclosure scandal. So this is the reason why they all wear the creepy masks. Okay. Yellow Press. People described a scandal from a previous party. Vice Governor Cowden was found by his wife-to-be, a Prussian duchess, in the company of young men. Although the marriage was intended to be a political one, the emotions of the duchess were real. The incident, I can't speak today, instigated a political crisis between Cordona and Prussia. Although there were only a few notes of protest, the governor fired his protege. Damn. Hey, Meg! Thanks for checking in. How are you doing?
I'll
Good
pin
to
them down
see
with
you.
this scoop. Thank you, Sherlock.
Yep. Alright, cool. We did it. Achievement! Alright, golden stars. Golden stars. Who has golden stars on their face? How do I enter first person mode again? I'm good. Day was busy. How about you? Day was alright. It's been a weird day and I'm feeling kind of out of it, but is there a first person mode in this? I feel like it would be a lot easier to look around. I don't think so. Was it a good busy or a bad busy day? Here's someone with golden stars.
Do not distract me. It's not easy to play blindfold.
Respect, my dude. Oh, you.
Kurt Manchios, I presume? I'm Sherlock Holmes.
I thought it was gonna be brighter
You
stars.
must be the one Werner told me about. What a sweet voice you have.
Good busy.
It
Got
must
to pet
belong
some
to a
goats.
handsome
Oh
young man.
my god.
Can I call you Sherlock?
As you wish, Mr. Manchios.
That sounds so
Mr. Vogel
cute.
asked me to help you.
I'm
The
jealous.
body in the altar room requires answers, and quickly. I suspect the murderer to still be here.
Goats are so sweet.
Lower your voice. I don't want anyone to hear us.
Did you know Fabio well?
People are starting to look at us, Sherlock. Change the subject. I can't believe what happened to him. To me. Such an atrocity.
It's so fucked
Think
up to
what
me
it
that
means
all
for
that they
me.
meet, like all that they're
Wonderful
upset
evening for
about
so
is
many good,
that,
influential and rich people
oh no,
has
it might
been
ruin the
ruined.
evening.
I have betrayed all my promises of exotic
Like,
delights.
I
dude,
don't
someone
understand.
literally
Surely
died.
a murder would affect
They were
your
the mini
reputation
goats
to a
too.
greater extent.
Oh my
Please,
god, were
isn't
they
this why you
hopping?
are here?
I love when
I
goats
thought
hop.
you were a silent magician.
So my
your
camera's, I'm gonna
tricks
make my
and make
camera a
it
little
go
bit
away.
bigger because I think I Made it smaller last stream, and I feel like it's really tiny now. Good enough. I think that's better. Okay. Just came right up to me for some pets. I felt honored. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. I love farm animals, like cows, goats, pigs, chickens. I love them. Pigs are my favorite though. Actually, it might be cows. Like, I love pigs, but cows are cuddlier.
I need to find all those who had the key
Especially
to the altar
Highland
room.
cows.
As far as I know, Mr. Vogel, Fabio, and you had access to it. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes. Also,
When I got to go to
Matista and
Ireland, whenever we would
Santos.
pass by a Highland
Santos.
cow, I would almost
Who is
start to
that?
cry. I just
Santos
wanted to hug it.
Pinchetti, my major domo, in his opinion at least.
Okay.
I'd like to speak to Mr. Pinchetti and Matista.
If we move out of the city, I want
you
to
have
look at
somewhere I
chickens
might
and a
have
horse.
a private conversation with them?
Of course, of course.
Thank you for the
Let
lurk,
me think.
Matters. I hope all is good.
Matista is entertaining the guests somewhere, and Santos, oh yes, he will be busy with the servants. Or the cook. What's that noise? What's going on?
Hello? Is that a raid? A police raid?
Freeze, filth. You're under arrest.
Yeah. The music. Get fucked, rich people. What the? Wait. What were they shooting? Wait, this is actually so brutal. What were they shooting over the balcony? It looked like rose petals. The music. He's on the fountain. Dude, stop beating a person who's kneeling on the ground and not putting up a fight, you asshole. Are we cuffed? We are. Because they think we're a party member. Which technically we are.
Committed a crime, and now I have to free you, kiss your hand, and apologize for the inconvenience. Your Grace.
I did tell you that Mr. Vogel and I were innocent. I emphasized it in my statement.
Your statement? Thanks to some bigwigs who work for the so-called good of the country by releasing fleas like you. Thank God we had Vogel in his letter. Once I get to that goldfish, I'll...
Bigwig. Oh, my wretched brother Mycroft and his long nose.
Oh.
Wait, did you say Mycroft? Mycroft Holmes?
Oh, so Mycroft didn't let us out?
Are you the youngest son of Violet Holmes, rest her soul?
Can you tell us about her?
You knew my mother?
Not personally, no. Not exactly. I was working on the paperwork for that case.
Would you
Please,
happen to remember anything of the events?
Anything.
Well, I didn't make the inquiry, but I remember seeing some notes. Why?
You must help me. It would mean a great deal to me if you could find any information about that day.
Huh. Got you hooked, right? You know what? Stark and the others think they're the smartest here, thanks to you. Let me get this straight. Are you
I can't
listening
tell if
to
this
me,
guy
Dad?
hates
I'm
me
all
or
ears.
just doesn't care
Take this
about me.
case. Report to me only, to Constable Harvey
Okay, no, he
Oswald.
likes me.
I'll leave everything I have on this table.
Harvey
Find
Oswald.
the
That
murderer.
name sounds
Be
familiar.
a real copper. Question the suspects.
Be a
make
real
them sing,
copper.
Give me something
This is
substantial.
the start of it all.
And if Mr. Vogel is not a suspect?
If he's innocent, then you can take your favourite degenerate away from here. If you slip or mess
Is
with
this
the
the
evidence,
start of our working with the
then
police?
trust me, your brother won't save you from my bludgeon. Meanwhile, I'll be checking the archive for you. If anybody asks, then you're a consulting detective.
Consulting
Let's make a start then.
detective.
Partner.
This is where it all starts, when we're in cult robes.
I'm glad we managed to get the scoop before the raid.
Alright, let's change our clothes. Shit. Okay. What does this say? Report. Can I read it? Following a report from a witness of the satanic ritual who claimed to have found a body, the raid on Manchios Mansion, that's a tough phrase, was granted. It resulted in the arrest of multiple suspects and dispersal of the group in masks and robes caught in acts of gross indecency and unnatural behavior. The body of the victim was found lying on an altar with a knife wound in his chest. The officers identified the victim, Fabio, 20. He was only 20. A local performer and artist. Arrested suspects. V. Vogel. He had a letter of an insulting nature in his possession, which had been written by the victim. He claims to have found the body. He's infamous for his eccentric personality. Us carried a murder weapon, a dagger with the victim's blood, and other items of evidence. He was invited by another suspect, Vogel, presumably to obstruct the official investigation. Manchios, the owner of the mansion and organizer of the Satanic Party, paid the victim to participate in the ritual, had access to the crime scene. Batista, Fabio's partner and participant in the ritual, tried to escape, resisted arrest. Owned a book with a description of the ritual performed in the altar room. Some of the guests are temporarily detained for further questioning. Okay, 5.
Back on track to solve the case.
So we can go in the interrogation rooms and question them. The provider of this ticket has permission to inspect all evidence on the case number 6260. This is so cool. This is where it all starts. Our working with the police as a consulting detective. Witness deposition. I, Santios Pinchetti, am a witness who reports a suspicion of murder at Manchios' mansion in Gran Soray. During preparations for the social party, I heard loud noises from the closed altar room. Immediately, I thought of the sacrifice of a living being, overviewed by none other than Kurt Manchios. There was blood on the walls, strange symbols, and a dagger in the heart. As soon as I was able to think clearly, I rushed to the police station to report my findings. The station responded to the deposition by sending a patrol while the witness left the station and went home. I feel like this guy is extremely suspicious, though, because like isn't that the sneakiest thing you could do if you wanted to get away with murder, is be the one to report the murder? Just saying. Pinchetti's the suspect who should be arrested and questioned. He had a key, which he did not mention in his deposition. Yeah, he's sus. Oh my gosh. He's pretty sus. He's sussy. Book was held because of the letter. I don't think any of this matches, but I'm just double checking. Nope. Okay, so we need a lot more clues. Wait, what's in the case book? Okay, just lots of interviews. Let's go.
Look, I found Werner.
Really wish I could change my clothes. Thank God. Right, where's my pea coat? Oh my God. We look like a completely different person when we put this on. Like, faces are hard for me. If you change a face just slightly, I won't recognize it as being the same face, but he looks like a completely different person to me if you put that powder on. All right, we got our pea coat on. We're ready to go. What's up, nobody? Oh, wait, is this a recording device? Yo, that's so cool. Old-timey recording device. Okay, so we were in 4, 5. Hello, are you...
Good day, Mr. Manchios.
Manchios.
I am Constable Oswald's partner in this investigation.
Be quick and gentle. Some of your colleagues are untrained boors. Although I don't mind meeting young officers. The new blood here.
Blood.
If you cooperate in finding Fabio's murderer, there will be no need to meet with the Boers again.
That voice. Werner's friend? You're the policeman. What a disappointment.
Look at that
Only an
hairline,
undercover
though.
agent can scour a ditch full of deviants. I am a consulting detective, although I'm capable of replacing the entire department through my consultations.
Sharp-tongued, I like it. May I presume this tongue will get us out of this trouble? I would be so indebted and glad to.
Maybe.
Nothing's changed. I'm looking
Maybe
for the murderer.
not.
That's the only way to get us out of trouble.
But it shouldn't take much time, correct? We're all busy after
Someone
all.
literally died,
to
dude.
examine
Sit
you
the
first.
fuck down. Shut up. Is this what Jeff Bezos does in his free time? Rouge, where's makeup? That's not that odd. Red spots, rash from exposure to hair dye. Okay, so he's pretty vain. Which I shouldn't say that. It's not vain to just wear makeup and dye your hair. I do that. Am I vain? I don't know. But I don't want to incriminate myself. Soap under fingernails, washed hands in a hurry. God, that reminds me of this expo my mom took me to when I was young. She's a nurse, and they had like this germ awareness expo for kids. Quality polished leather, lavishly expensive. And they like covered our hands with some clear liquid that would glow under black light, and then they had us go wash our hands how we normally would, and then come back and put our hands under the black light just to see like how well we actually washed our hands and if we got it off or not. And it was so nasty seeing all the stuff just like under everybody's fingernails. That reminds me of that. Okay, so sticker for cleanliness or hides his age. Let's read both of them. Kurt Monchios is extremely rich, eccentric, and frivolous. He's the organizer of the parties for Cordona's elite and the owner of the Monchios mansion. He spends his life in the company of similarly overprivileged people. However, his being sociable in this manner has made him cautious regarding his health. He uses chemicals and hair dye to clean and improve himself to the extent that it damages his skin. I don't think that's it. Or hides his age. Mr. Manchios wishes to hide his true age from the younger participants of his parties. He is concerned with aging to the point where he uses makeup and hair dye to look younger. So vain, so vain. You're so
You are a little
vain.
over the top with your use of makeup, Mr. Manchios. Is it so difficult for you
Literally
to
just
acknowledge
like
your age?
2 things of
Well,
blush, you're
Sherlock,
over
that's
the
easy
top,
for you
bitch.
to say to an old man when you look as though you are barely 15.
But still, it shouldn't be an issue for someone of your status.
I wish
For
I looked
people
like
of
that
my
when I was
age, it isn't an
15.
issue, no. But the younger ones can be so afraid of wrinkles and grey flecks. I have to adapt.
Such a methodical man who cares for his body but misses the soap under his fingernails.
Wash your hands better,
Are you
dude.
so impatient, or perhaps even impulsive?
I wouldn't call myself that. Silly little details. If I missed it, it wasn't important. Or rather, it was less important than who or what I was focused on.
I put a soft blanket on my lap and Sherlock keeps sliding off. Mom, why you do this? That's so cute. Tell me about the event.
Mr. Vogel told me a little about your parties, but I would like to know more directly from you.
I'm all yours, Sherlock. You have me arrested and locked here with you alone.
Who did you invite?
I'd like to know who you usually invite
Help
to your
me,
parties.
mother.
Free minds who are able to
Save
leave
me,
reality
I am
for an
falling.
evening, who can
I'm
taste
falling and I can't get
forbidden
up.
fruit without prejudice. There is nothing that quite spices up life like these parties, assuming one is old enough and has worked many years for the good of one's country.
As Kim
Oh, true
Kardashian
laborers, I
said,
see.
nobody wants to work anymore. Nobody wants to work anymore. So true, Queen. She knows the plight of the people.
Why did you invite Mr. Vogel as your special guest?
He's a pretty fellow. He's capable of surprising the public. He has a talent for saying words that no one else would wish to either say.
I thought I saw a
or
bug, but it was just like a little
Suppose
piece
I
of
can't
thread
argue with that.
floating through
He is
the
a free
air.
addition to the eccentricity of the party, which is fine by me, as long as it enhances my party.
What was Fabio like? His personality, his habits? Anything you can tell me?
He was the brightest star of my parties. Young, magnetic, and full of energy. I don't even want to mention his beauty. Otherwise,
But he's
I'll
very
be
obsessed
sorry.
with like beauty.
Expensive champion, I imagine.
His performances were flawless. He deserved his payment. Do you think he was murdered because of money?
This guy
Possibly.
is like Sandra Cohen.
What
Like he
about the other
reminds me
guests?
of Sandra Cohen.
Were
a
they
lot.
used to opening their wallets as well?
I wouldn't restrict my guests from anything. I'm sure Fabio received a few coins
I hope
from
my neck will
others
crack sometime
for his
today. It's
services.
so tense. Oof. My chronic ill ass just doesn't want to hurt. Kim! Kim, what do we do? Oh, God. Nobody wants to work anymore. Okay.
You'd better ask someone
no.
else.
Okay. You know about this?
Do you have any idea who tipped off the police to raid your mansion, Mr. Manchios?
Of course. It was you. I
Nope.
could even say you Sherlocked me in here.
A good guess, but the wrong one. The fellow who did that was Mr. Pinchetti, your major domo.
What? Santos? But how could he even know? If he's not the murderer himself. The ungrateful swine. He has dared to besmirch my reputation.
Not a very eloquent choice of words.
What should I call him then, since he's a snitch?
Snitches get
Make him
stitches.
talk, Sherlock. I'm quite certain he knows more about the murder than he has told the police.
She says that she has tons of underpaid labor under her. She has probably like a different person to manage every individual part of her life. Like everything, like nutritionist, personal trainer, someone who manages her social media, her email, her phone calls, her texts, etc., etc. But nobody wants to work anymore. God. And you know what? I don't want to work anymore.
You'd better ask someone else.
The key?
I've no idea about that.
No?
You'd
know
better
about the
ask
body?
someone else.
Oh, the cufflinks.
You bought an expensive pair of cufflinks for Fabio. Were they his price? Or were they
Same, I
tip
don't.
or an
Let's
exclusive show?
just go
It was
back
pure
to
business. Fabio
the
escorted me a
times
few
before
times. I was merely
paychecks.
showing my gratitude.
let's go
This
back to
pair cost
medieval
a small
times.
fortune. You must be
But
extremely grateful
not,
then.
you know.
Tell me more.
You've thrust a knife in an exposed
Not
nerve,
actually.
Sherlock. Yes, he was my protege and my beacon also. With my experience and his beauty, we could have achieved anything. I had faith in him. I would have made him.
This guy is so creepy. I want to live, not work. Nobody wants to work anymore. I feel like that's gonna end up being like, it's like that one guy. Oh shit, I don't remember the one politician who said like, nevertheless, she insisted or persisted, and it became like a motto. I gotta lurk. Okay, thank you so much. I hope that you have a good night. Okay, he was assaulted. Kurt Manchios carefully prepared himself for the depravity. Douched. Oh, and the murderer cleaned themselves. Kurt Manchios cleaned himself of blood after Fabio's murder. That's a possibility. Especially because the soap was still under his fingernail, so it could have been like a fast wash, but we don't know that for sure. I don't think any of these match up. That's like so many clues that don't match up. Alright, let's go talk to the girl. Was her? What's up?
I'm Sherlock Holmes. I'm helping Constable
Matista?
Oswald.
Is that her name?
You are Matista, Fabio's
Matista.
friend.
This body, yes, it's Matista. But it's a mere shell that will die someday.
It's on her
Just like
neck.
Fabio.
Oh my god. You see that?
Please accept my condolences. for
It
your
looks like
friend.
she has a really,
Thank you.
like someone strangled her.
I'm just here to ask questions and find Fabio's murderer.
It will not bring Fabio back.
What's on your neck, girl? Blood-filled bruises obtained recently. Is it all the way around her neck or just on that one side? Just oh, the slave mark. It's like Fabio. Inflicted with the branding iron. So fun. Okay, symbols. Primitive occult tattoo inks herself. Stick and poke. Her hand. Bitten nails, nervous. Understandable. Old and healing cuts self-inflicted. Poor girl. Jackal scars, old and barely visible. Poor girl. Okay, punishes herself from the past or dissociated from her body. Oh no, is this gonna get too real? Okay, we'll read them both. Batista, the performer and Fabio's partner, has had a difficult life. She was branded and enslaved while still a child. While enslaved, she met Fabio, I keep forgetting how to pronounce his name. Hence their similar branding. Old scars are the result of her slavery during adolescence. She continues to be haunted by these traumatic experiences. She has a genuine interest in mysticism since she has tattooed her body with occult symbols. Matista tries to get over her past, and the life of a performer seems to be an opportunity for her to earn money. Or dissociated. She continues to be haunted by these traumatic experiences. Matista seems to be pragmatic about her body after years of abuse. She sells herself to the guests who do whatever they want to her. She's not afraid to step over the line. Also, Matista marks her body with ink. I mean, it feels like she's very disconnected. Considering that... Sorry, I completely lost my train of thought there. It seems like she's very disconnected considering what she said when we started talking to her, like, this is a shell. So I'm going to say that. Yeah. I think that she's just very disconnected from herself.
You have both old and new scars. Some from the time when you were a slave with Fabio. Other scars have a different origin. The guests pay good money to torment you?
I am skilled in giving pleasure, but I don't participate in such practices.
I thought your body was...
For sale? It's true. Many unwanted things were done to my body. And the pain helped me to discover...
Occult deities? Yes, the tattoo
So
speaks
she genuinely
loudly.
believes in it?
Yes. Your gods abandoned me, and the ones I favor now are more protective of me.
How did you escape?
What?
Something happened. One night the master fell down the stairs. I made him fall, and he died.
Oh.
We ran away that day. We managed to get on a ship and traveled here, to Gordona.
Glad you got away.
Fabio and I started a new life here. It was very hard at first, but it became better with time. Until today.
I feel so bad for this.
The bruises on your neck are not self-inflicted. Someone else made them.
Some guests can't contain themselves. They even bite. Sometimes.
Jeez. Fucking hell. Nasty ass people. Can we, like, get this cell cleaned up? Hello? Horrible. Mind Palace. During their fight in the smoking lounge, Fabio bruised Matista. It's possible, but it's not. It's not, like, confirmed yet. Batista's activity... Oh, there's the other one. Matista suffered bruises on her body from brutal interactions with the guests during the party. And I think everything else we've tried to connect, yeah. Okay. And you're the guy I just talked to, yeah. Great. Anyone else? Oh? Oh, is this the one I was in? Pretty sure that was the one I was in. Okay, where should I go now? We need to... I should find Constable Oswald in the archives to question him. Oh, and Vogel too. Is Vogel here? Matista, not Smanchios. Is Vogel here? These cells are so dirty. Is there someone there? No.
This area is restricted.
This area. Wait, no, this is where I was. Oh. I guess Vogel isn't here? I thought that he was also. They're still just having a grand time. Okay. Inspectors. Nothing in here to look at. Okay. Alright.
Have you considered Mr. Santos Pinchetti as a suspect?
The snitch?
A
Have
snitch.
you seen him? I mean, my
Snitches
breath could
get
knock him down.
stitches.
What's so special about him?
As a major domo, he has keys that open all the rooms, including the one to the crime scene, could have testified only to circumvent suspicion, don't you think? We need to question him.
Right. I'll send our men to fetch him. Stay here.
Okay.
They brought him in, Mr. Holmes. Here's the
Right,
key to
room number
interrogation room
7.
number 7. Mr. Pinchetti didn't even resist, our men said.
Thank you.
Okay. Room number 7. 4, 5, 7. Hello.
Mr. Pinchetti,
What's
a pleasure
up?
to meet you. I'm Sherlock Holmes. I'm helping Constable Oswald.
I've already told him everything I know. I'm only a witness, sir. Everything's in my report.
And I've read it. You forgot to mention that you hold the keys to the room where Fabio was found. I need only to find if the crime was intentional.
But I need to return to my duties.
I doubt the house will fall without you, Mr. Pinchetti. Just be still for a few seconds.
I'm concerned that it was the girl, that it was Matista, because completing the ritual, like after you knock someone out and you drag them over and then you stab them in the heart, that's like completing the ritual. And it worries me because she seems to be the only person who genuinely believes in that. And I feel really, really, really horrible for her if that's the case. You have burn? Inflamed skin, psoriasis, or allergy. Okay. Repaired multiple times. So he's not super rich. Dyed textile, colored more than once. So he's trying to fit in. Dirty shoes. Blood spatter, stepped in blood. Oh, okay. Terrible miser or has financial difficulty. Santos Pinchetti is the head servant at the Manchios mansion. Despite being employed at the highest position within the household, he appears to be poor. Despite having enough money, Mr. Pinchetti spends as little of it as possible. Cheap makeup hides imperfections on his body. In an attempt to look more modern, Mr. Pinchetti has dyed his suit on several occasions. To save even more money, the majordomo appears to have personally repaired multiple holes in the suit, or his body shows symptoms of psoriasis. Mr. Pinchetti hides his damaged skin under layers of makeup. The majordomo's suit has multiple holes that have been patched or sewn to renovate the suit's look. Mr. Pinchetti had dyed it. I feel like it's that one. Because of the psoriasis
You are the
mentioned.
majordomo of a rich mansion, and you seem barely able to afford decent clothing. You hide, under heavy makeup, a skin disease that might be treated with more onerous but less harmful means. Do you have money troubles?
I do not have a lot of means. The pay is below what you might expect.
Okay, so he doesn't
But
pay
you
well.
could easily change your job if your employer does not meet your elementary needs.
One can change his employer, that is true.
And the blood
Unless
on
your
your shoe.
employer is
Where does that come from?
like gonna try everything to keep you
I
there.
don't actually know. Perhaps from a guest?
Like if he does good work and Manchios wants to keep him like working for him even though he doesn't pay a lot, he could absolutely be like, I will tell everyone else not to hire you because I have influence, and so if you leave you'll never have another job again. So
Did you know Fabio?
Not personally. He was
this
a
is such an
frequent guest,
icky case.
and cleaning the mess after
I feel
his
icky.
performances was tedious. Mr. Manchios always had a role for him, and mainly the leading one. The parties were always Fabio-centric.
He was
And Matista?
really obsessed with
Was she as popular
Fabio.
as her partner?
Don't tell her I said this, but I do not think so. Mr. Manchios hired her only because Fabio refused to work without her.
Oh.
Mr. Manchios used to see her as a worker. She was tasked with entertaining the guests, unlike Fabio, who could pick and choose.
And Mr. Manchios is an asshole. Santos Pinchetti failed to notice a bloodstain on the side of his shoe while cleaning himself after the murder. Or Santos Pinchetti may have stepped in blood while discovering the crime scene, which is definitely possible because there was a lot of blood on the floor there. God, I don't know. We need to talk to Vogel, I feel. 7. Okay. Oh, his belongings. Okay. Keys.
I recognize the key from the altar room among these.
They were with him. Kurt Manchios' will and note. A small note attached to the will says, Santos, my hopeful slug. You begged me... Oh my god, I accidentally read a little bit ahead and I'm just shocked at how shitty this is. You begged me to include you in my will, so I did. Here's my latest revision of the will, Kurt. The text of the will under the note. Santos Pinchetti, the major domo of the Manchios mansion, receives a jar of mustache wax and a salt lamp, that he might always remember his caring employer, Kurt Manchios. What a fucking dick. Bro, I am so sorry.
Mr. Manchios says that you begged him to be included in the heritage. Isn't that a little extreme,
That's
even for a major
icky as
domo?
fuck.
He's not only my employer, he's my uncle.
Oh my god, you're
I'm his
related
next
and he
of kin.
treats you like this.
The only one. Mr. Manchios flatly refuses to pay a family member. All I have to do is repay his so-called love, cleaning up the filth after perverts and decadents.
Oh my god.
He's imprisoned me. The best I can hope for is a new broom. That's why I wanted to have my part of the inheritance.
That's understandable.
Is it that bad? You have a roof above your head, a salary, and the status of a major domo.
He can't afford
God's
to pay, like, to take care
I'm
of himself.
forced to dye and stitch my threadbare clothes, and the holes in my shoes are painful. I'm ashamed every time a guest looks at me closely.
Jeez, Sherlock.
Why do you think your uncle treats you this way?
My
Insensitive.
mother, my uncle's sister, had me illegitimately. She died, and I was given the surname of one of the maids.
But you are entitled to some of the money that belongs to your family.
He thinks not. I was not responsible for my mother's death. I work hard, and he pays me nothing. I feed on the leftovers.
Tax the rich.
While he wastes our estate's property on decadent parties. He
Hey,
paid Fabio handsomely and showered
Sans.
him with expensive gifts.
Thank you so
Their
much
disgusting
for the
relationship.
7-month sub. 2 months away from Twitch, baby. I hope you're doing well, friend. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. God. Chetty had been forced to work for Kurt Manchios in the desperate hope of obtaining heritage, but it hasn't paid off. And that's all that matches. Yeah. God. Okay, can we go yell at Manchios about what a horrible person he is? Because I would really love to do that right now.
I've no idea about that.
Alright, tell me about this.
I've read the letter about your will. A harsh method of ridiculing Santos. I doubt he will use mustache wax
Sorry,
when
looks
he
like
wears
my
no
bitrate is
mustache to
flip-flopping
begin
a
with.
little bit again.
Where did you get it? Is the slug here?
You call
Tell
him a
him
slug.
I
He's your
shouldn't have to
family.
provide for him. He's a grown man who shouldn't sit on his uncle's neck.
He works for
conceives himself
you.
as my only heir.
And who is he to you?
He's a leech on my aging body. He has only added problems to my life since the death of his mother.
I fail to see why you made him your
Yeah,
major
just
domo.
fire
He
him.
needed to know his place, so I taught him.
Just... You're a son of a bitch. Can I ask you about it?
I know I can handle the news.
Okay. Oh my god, that's icky. I need to talk to Vogel. Oh, let me go look at the archive. Oh wait, this is Vogel. I didn't
Werner,
even
you
see
all
him.
right?
Oh, yes, yes. Everything's fine. In
Hi,
fact,
Vivi.
it's something of a family reunion. My brother spent quite some time
His
in this place
glasses
himself.
bother me so
You should
much.
not be here. I told the police everything I knew, but they refused to let you go. They require proof to free you.
Ha! What did you expect? The mighty Sherlock Holmes swans in, tells the officers what to think, and the world obeys?
Of course not. Anyway, I struck a deal with a constable, and I've got a free hand in the
Just see
investigation.
John in his ice
I
cream
find proof
suit
to
in the
solve the
back.
case for him. He obtains files about my mother's death for me.
Well done. If one has the power or will and can act, then one must. I wonder, suppose you couldn't get the proof to your truth. Would you tell a lie to the guard that enabled my freedom, knowing my innocence? Would that not be just?
No.
There are lines I will not cross, Werner. I will do my best to secure your release.
Because I
but
don't know
with
that he's not
proof,
guilty.
Not deception.
Really? How many white lies have you told on this island? Why not for me? Why not another?
That is absurd. I can resolve this without compromises. Do not give up hope.
Did you know about
I'm not
this?
supposed to know anything about this.
About this?
I'm not supposed to know anything about
Okay.
this. I don't think I can tell you anything about this. I can't
You
follow
don't
you
know
here.
anything.
I don't think I can tell you anything about this. I'm not supposed to know anything about this.
He knows nothing. Okay. Anything?
I don't think I can tell you anything about this. I
About
can't
that?
follow you here. I'm not supposed to know anything about this.
What the fuck does he
I
want me
can't
to
follow
ask
you
him
here.
about?
I don't think I can tell you anything about this. I'm not supposed to know anything about this.
don't
I
think it's
can't follow
that.
you here.
Okay, let's just try everything then. Santos.
I can't follow you here.
Batista.
I'm not supposed to know anything about this.
Anchios.
I can't follow you here. I don't think I can tell you anything about this.
I have learned
there we
who
go.
told the police about the crime. It
I was like, I have
Santos
no idea what he
Pinchetti,
wants me to ask
Do I know him?
the major domo of the manor. He cleans up after you.
You're
Well, then
so...
he does his job perfectly. All but invisible.
What's the word? Blind.
I couldn't tell you the first thing
That's
about
not the word. When you're like... When you've never looked at the things around you that are happening because you've never had to. I forget what the word is for that. It's like, it's kind of like privilege, but not. Alright. Let's look at the stuff that he left for us. Did he not leave anything for us? I thought he said he left stuff for us in the archives for the case.
Continue our investigation while I look for the papers.
Oh, he's looking for the papers still. Okay. Well then, what can I do? I need to inspect all the evidence. Is there more evidence somewhere that I'm missing? Hello.
Continue our investigation while I look for the papers.
I don't think there's nothing that has like the little book icon though, so there's nothing that I need to like research in the archives. Hey, Neki! I did. I got it done just yesterday.
Don't look at them. They'll serve us if necessary.
Case is so icky. I don't mean that like the case is bad. I just mean like the people are so gross. There's like nothing to do in here. What am I missing? Oh, can I eavesdrop on you? Looking super fresh. Thanks. I love your hair. It reminds me of candy. Oh, thanks. Cotton candy.
Was found in his shoulder.
This is another side case. The circumstances of the incident at Capello's company. Okay, I missed it. It was one of... Maybe it was the wife one?
Did you hear?
Vendetta? No. Scandal? No. Claims innocence? No. No. There we go. Okay. My curiosity has been piqued by talk that Basilio Capello, the owner of the famous Armor Capello home security company, has been arrested. Also, how are you doing, Neki? I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. The situation is quite peculiar. A man named Niccolo Detti has been found dead inside a safe in Basilio's store. Basilio claims innocence, but the evidence is against him. He's being held in the holding cells at the police station.
In the
Okay.
police? Let's pretend to be cops, eh? We can just stand around and look confused.
I'm gonna stick to the main case for now. I need to talk to somebody or look for evidence. Maybe there's like evidence in the cells with the people. Oh. Oh no, that's just a
I can't wrap
kid.
my head around such a tragedy.
Doing okay,
My
Ben.
part.
Super busy. I hope you're well. I'm doing alright. I'm glad that you're doing okay too. I'm sorry you're super busy, but I hope that you get a good
I
break
know I
soon
can
and get
handle the
some
news.
some rest, because you deserve it. Ah. Gotta be something I'm missing. I don't think it's in any of these cells, though. Is there like an evidence room somewhere that I'm missing? Oh, this is the wrong end of the hallway. Oops. It's so dark, they get turned around. Is there like an evidence room there? Ah!
Good night. Your ticket, please, if you want me to help you.
Perfect. Perfect timing. Is there an evidence room?
I'd like to check the evidence from this case.
And who are you?
Oswald sent me. I'm a consulting detective.
I'm
partner,
hot.
Let me see. Ah, a ritual murder. What a bunch of degenerates. Wait a second. I'll bring it to the table.
That was such like a 2022 insult. What a bunch of degenerates. I wanted to pop in and say hi before I got in the shower. I had to work earlier, then I came home and did taxes for hours. Taxes are the fucking worst. So, oh, it's horrible. But I hope you had an okay day at work, and I'm glad that you got some good work done on your taxes, and I hope you have a relaxing shower and a relaxing rest of your night. Thank you for the lurk, Nikki. You around, my friend. Okay. Syringe.
An emergency kit for boredom.
Drugs. Is this Manchios? No, I think Manchios is the next one. I think this is Vogel. Yeah. The letter that was found in Vogel's evidence box. Letter from Fabio. Is your mind unsound? You can't control your bitterness. Not around me, anyway. For me, it's too great a risk to ignore that kind of behavior. I can be, speak, and play with anyone I choose. I'm not another Matista. You pay me, but you haven't bought me. Of course, I'll keep all your generous donations, even though they hardly compensate for your last terrible outburst. I'm leaving you, although Matista will still be around, Fabio. Oh.
Not the time for privacy.
Okay. That's interesting. Is. Oh, it says on the front. So that was Vogel's box. This is Manchios. Can I look at the keys, please? Yeah.
All the keys of the mansion on one golden ring.
Okay, the ring.
It's a miracle this ruby hasn't tempted anyone. A heavily perfumed handkerchief with the initials KM in the corner.
Nasty.
A handcrafted charm that contains hair and nail clippings.
So she really does believe in this stuff.
Her key to the altar room.
Okay, so it was with her.
That's
The
not
power
for
of
bedtime
love,
reading.
blood, and mandrake. Isn't it at all?
That's not for bedtime reading. This ex libris belongs to Manchios Library.
Oh, did she take it? The police found this occult book in Matista's bag during the arrest. According to the ex libris, the tome was taken from Mr. Manchios' collection. It contains illustrations and descriptions of a ritual similar to the crime scene. Prepare the naked body of a recently deceased object of interest. Draw symbols of Mars and Venus to enhance the power you possess, to use the force of male and female nature. Pierce his heart with a golden dagger to be rid of the blood that does not love you. Draw a symbol representing your love while waiting for the resurrection. Recite the charm. I think it's Manchios! That makes me think it's Manchios. Big time. Ooh. Because he was leaving.
The book describes a ritual similar to the one performed in the altar room.
Oh, I didn't look at this.
Werner's personal sketchbook. Thank you, officer.
At least I hope it's him. I want to nail him for something. Alright, Mind Palace. Power of love. No, that's... Okay. And this is the letter that he was... Okay? No? Here, okay. According to Santos Pinchetti and by the content of the letter, it may have been addressed to Kurt Manchios. I think it was. It doesn't make sense for it to be to Vogel, but it would make sense if it was to Manchios because he worked for him. Okay, casebook. Got the evidence. We gotta go ask some more questions. It seems like maybe he was obsessed with Fabio or Fabio, I don't know, and didn't want him to leave, and so was going to kill him and then resurrect him according to the ritual, which would then make him stay.
I have reason to believe that the intended recipient of the incriminating letter may have been Kurt Manchios.
Well, that makes sense. Too bad I can't remember how I came to possess it. Though I did spend quite some time with Mr. Manchios during the party.
Unfortunately, even with an answer, that may still not be enough to clear you with the police. But fear not, I will persevere.
I hope your attempt to put things straight will make up for...
you being on a bender.
Touché.
I ain't done nothing wrong. No, not you.
There is undeniable evidence that you were the original recipient of this letter.
What are you talking about? Is it addressed to
I
me?
hate this guy
Your protege
so much.
wanted a fresh start, it seems.
Ugh,
This is
he's
sufficient
so-
to charge
He
you.
feels so gross.
Me? Hurt my star? Are you insane that you would
Sander
accuse
Cohen.
me of such a thing?
He did not consider himself as yours. Since you deny everything, let's move on. Do you have any idea as to how the letter could have ended up in Mr. Vogel's pocket?
You were the detective. Perhaps he took it from Fabio. Werner was a little high. You'd better ask someone else.
Do you recognize this book? Could Matista have borrowed it from your library?
She didn't ask me. How ungrateful.
The things
You have so
described
much
in the
stuff,
book
dude.
were inspiration for the rituals you performed?
Do you really believe that blood, symbols, and incantations can resurrect the dead? They are just eerie tales with a mix of occultism and voodoo. My rituals are a stage to show some of the
I don't know.
forbidden pleasures.
You might believe in some of it. Either Vogel or Manchios is lying. Werner Vogel took the letter himself whilst under the effect of various substances, or Kurt Manchios slipped the letter into Werner Vogel's pocket to make it look like a suspect. I don't know. I don't know. I want to get the rest of the evidence before I decide. So let's talk to Matista. Can you tell me about the book, please?
This book, The Power of Love, Blood, and Mandrake, what do you hope to achieve?
To learn more about the invisible strengths that govern us. Occultism is real. The master who fell that night when Fabio and I escaped, I made him fall. I cast a spell on him and it worked.
Or was it a coincidence?
The universe is rarely so lazy.
If you say so.
But she believes. Okay.
Could
About
Fabio have
this?
written this letter to Kurt Manchios?
Oh. That could be. I never thought Mr. Manchios could make Fabio that angry, though.
What do you mean?
Well, Fabio wanted to disassociate from Mr. Manchios. Clients who are in love are both a blessing and a curse.
But
Yep.
Fabio was here tonight.
Money. In our line of work, we can't afford to turn down
It could
clients
be
who
a
pay as
case
well
of
as
like,
Kurt
if I can't
Manchios.
have him,
Was
nobody
Fabio
else
afraid
will.
of Mr. Manchios?
Not at all. The old toad wouldn't dare to do more than sweet talk and touching. Talk can be forgotten, and touching washed away.
Do you practice occult rituals?
For protection? For fortune?
I feel like
To
if
wash
she
away the
committed a
ugliness of the
murder
world.
that was a cult, she wouldn't be so
Sometimes to
forthcoming
survive.
about
I have the gift,
how much she
and I'm
practices.
learning to use it better.
Did you use your gift on Fabio?
I only used white magic. Love charms lately. Fabio became so distant. I just wanted him to be with me, but I suppose I'm not as skilled as I thought.
I really hope it's not her. Matista trusted in the occult over Fabio. Matista may have performed the ritual on Fabio to bring his love back. I say his name different every time. Or Fabio shattered Kurt Manchios' feelings. I think that's not all the evidence. Who else can I ask about it? The other guy? What room is he in? All the cells look the same.
Please let me out.
Okay, not you. Do you have anything else to
The air
say?
here is rather refreshing. I'd even recommend that someone...
I think I need to come up with a solution here. Even though it says that I can still talk to someone regarding this, but I don't know who else I would talk to. Because I feel like everybody, we talked to everybody already. Vogel we talked to, Pinchetti, we talked to Matista, Kurt. Yeah, that's everybody. Okay, so we have multiple options here. To me, I would really like to believe that it wasn't Matista, and my gut is saying Manchios, because, like, he's used to always getting what he wants when he pays for it. Like, he just pays money and money, and he expects, you know, I like this guy, I want him to be mine, I'm gonna pay him, and I'm gonna own him. But Fabio was like, no, you don't own me, and I'm not gonna be, like, something that you can just do whatever you want with. And that Kurt didn't like that. So it could be that he did kill Fabio because he hit him over the head with a bottle, dragged him, and then he had the book. Like, that was his book, technically. So he would have known what to do to make it look like it might have been Matista. I feel like I'm gonna see if it was Manchios. Okay, Kurt Manchios is the murderer. For years, Fabio played with Kurt Manchios' heart and abused his interest in the young performer. When Manchios received yet another rejection, he murdered Fabio and staged a love ritual to avoid suspicion. Dude, that's not a... That's what the... Crime of passion or a sexual predator. Kurt Manchios was heartbroken and panicked and did not mean to kill Fabio. The improvised ritual was a desperate attempt to cover up the crime. A prison sentence should be enough for his harsher punishment if it is the death of his love. Or, Kurt Manchios killed Fabio in cold blood. He staged the crime as a ritual to blame Matista. He planted the letter in Vogel's pocket to avoid suspicion. Manchios has no consideration for the life of others and deserves to be hanged. So that's one option. Or... be Pinchetti. Pinchetti has worked for his uncle for years in the deep hope of obtaining his heritage. Manchios' hostility and humiliations pushed Pinchetti to kill Fabio and frame his uncle. Manchios' imprisonment would make Pinchetti the only lawful heir. Correct the injustice, the only way for Santos Pinchetti to right his wrongs was to be rid of his monstrous uncle. Pinchetti should be punished for the crime of murder, but he has suffered enough and deserves a fresh start after a prison sentence. Or, Pinchetti snapped. After years of disrespect, Pinchetti devised a plan to be rid of his uncle. However, misery and despair cannot justify murder. Pinchetti is dangerous and a noose around his neck is all he deserves. I don't feel like he would do it. Now that I've spoken to him, I don't think so. And then there is the option, of course, that it is Matista. Matista's the murderer. Matista was afraid of Fabio's ever-growing popularity and ambition. She wanted to keep him with her for as long as possible. In a last-ditch effort, Matista conducted a love ritual during which she killed Fabio, a crushed soul. Matista is the product of a tormented life. She knows no difference between good and evil. She wanted her love, Fabio, to stay with her always. Matista deserves help. She needs to be treated and have a chance to get over her past in an asylum. Or Matista used occultism as a way to avenge her miserable life. She stabbed Fabio to keep him close to her. She should be held accountable for her deeds. Any judge would give her a death sentence without hesitation. My gut is really saying Manchios, but that might be biased. Like, it might be biased. I don't know. Let's look at our evidence again. I really don't want to get this one wrong. Okay. We got the invitation from Vogel, filled with a ceremonial knife and blunt force trauma. The left fist of the victim was clutching fabric. Fabio met his death here. Worm-like sigil on the victim's stomach. Drew Venus and Mars symbols on the walls. A private room where guests can smoke in comfort. Droplets of blood on the carpet. I feel like she wouldn't be able to drag him, too. Door was locked. The key. So they hit him over the head with a wine bottle. Then they locked the altar door, dragged him to the altar, put him up on the altar, stabbed him, used his blood to draw symbols, hid the clothes in the wardrobe, washed himself, and picked up a new robe before leaving. But if it was a robe, she wasn't wearing a robe. She wasn't wearing a robe, so maybe it wasn't her. He was the only one that was wearing a robe. That makes... He was the only one that was wearing a robe. Okay.
My friends visit the place.
Okay. I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm going with my gut. It might be wrong, but I don't care. Crime of passion or a sexual predator? I don't like either of these. But okay, let me be very clear here. I don't like condemning someone to die, but this guy's a big dick and it's a video game. So I'm gonna do it. Ooh, okay. Let's go talk to him. I really feel like I might be wrong, which is scary.
The murder of Fabio did not have a ritual purpose, Mr. Manchios. It was staged by a man who wished to distract the investigation.
That might be true. That poor girl Matista wouldn't dare to kill the only man who cared for her. So, Santos.
Mr. Pinchetti snatched at the chance to solve his problems.
Ungrateful little scum. Will he be executed?
But what for?
I really hope it's him.
He informed the police as to the crime, that was all. He couldn't stage the ritual, but he found the body, I believe.
I can't believe it. Why did Werner do it?
Mr. Vogel. He had no reason, and he won't be a scapegoat as you plan. You put Fabio's letter in his pocket when he was intoxicated, didn't you?
You can't be serious.
We can very often deduce someone's life by their shoes or their fingernails. You are a meticulous person, but this murder was fairly traumatic and filthy. After you stabbed Fabio, you were covered in blood. You panicked and neglected to rinse the soap from under your fingernails. The devil is in the details.
I really hope this is
Nonsense. I missed it simply because of the busy schedule of the party.
Okay.
Of course, a staged murder was certainly not planned. You're at the twilight of your life. You have no partner, you have no children. You had feelings, however, for one man. That was Fabio. You loved him. That is, You wished to own him with money and gifts. But he was
Oh,
also
I really
a free
hope
mind,
it's
was he not?
him. Please be
He
you.
turned his back on you. Quite unjust. Love, so cruel and painful, and Fabio, with his
I'm, like,
words
really
and deeds,
nervous.
made you feel the more wretched. So you killed him.
You must surely perceive that my sensitive nature wouldn't allow me to hurt anyone.
You literally have held a man under your thumb in poverty just to teach him a lesson. For years.
You staged the murder as a satanic ritual. It was easy for you, since you were the one who wrote the scenarios for the parties. It was your way of avoiding suspicion. A respectable man in his 60s,
Early 60s.
who hosts the cream of Cordona's society, cannot possibly be a murderer. But the guests who behaved
I get the
like
feeling it was
animals
whoever
in
you
his
choose to
mansion.
be the guilty person,
course,
but even
one
if
of
that
them
wasn't
could
true,
have
I
killed
feel like it
Fabio.
was this guy.
I
It-
did
he
oversee
just
a few of the
seems
rituals,
so-
but I did not stage
you
Fabio's
know?
death.
Fabio played with your feelings. That was painful to realize.
I mean, I don't think
you
he
spent
did,
so
but-
much time and effort to be with Fabio, but he didn't respond.
I don't think you're
in the
owed
way
a
that you would have liked.
response
You wanted to be loved, but Fabio shattered your
of
dreams.
a certain kind.
In the smoking lounge, he teased and mocked you. He wanted you to suffer by offering himself to others. The deception was unbearable. You were passionate, and so you
But
stopped
right,
it.
no.
Once you understood your mistake, it was too late. You were afraid, so you staged the ritual. With such a story, you might be sentenced to a few years. It might clean your conscience, and soon the case will be forgotten.
No. No.
This is my decision. I'll talk to Constable Oswald to see what I can do.
I wish everything were different.
Oh, dude, I fucking hope it's you. See, I was busy with the schedule of a party, but ran away real quick to report a body, and the room was locked until later. How did he know and get to the place to report it in time? He wasn't the guy that reported it. It was the other guy that reported it. He's the guy who hosted the party, and he was in love with the guy who was killed.
There's no fool like an old fool. Kurt Manchios did it. A young boy played with the heart of an old man. The latter couldn't handle it. The evidence I obtained clearly shows that the quarrel was not intended
No,
to
no
end
worries.
badly.
It gets
was an accident.
confusing. There's a lot of
Showing pity
evidence.
towards your own kind, Holmes. Whatever.
All I'm saying is that prison won't take much away from an old and crushed man.
Fine. A big name like that will still give me a promotion.
I guess
As
we'll
for
see
my
in the
part, Not
newspaper.
everything was in place. Perhaps some documents
my
were
neck.
transferred somewhere else,
Please,
but I
crack.
couldn't find a trace of them.
God.
Then I remembered. The discarded document drawers where we put the lost papers or the badly labelled ones. Including the crime scene report of Violet
But I
Holmes's
do
case.
think that if
Everything
it
I found is
wasn't
on the desk here.
Manchios,
Take it.
I do think
Your
it was
persistence has
Pinchetti, the
saved
guy
me.
who reported
Yeah, well,
the
we
crime.
had a deal after
It was
all.
weird.
Your friend is free then. You can leave.
Good luck, Constable.
Money! We got a good amount of money from that. Okay. On the table in the police archives. Is this... Oh, here it is. Report number 07 to 43. Officers arrived... Oh, that was... Oh, like July 43. Officers arrived to find the deceased identified as Mrs. Violet Holmes lying in the garden of Stonewood Manor. Visual inspections showed the victim to be thoroughly soaked with a deep vertical incision 2 inches in length down her throat. Her face was swollen and covered in red blotches, likely cause of death hypoxia. Awaiting confirmation from medical examiner, main suspect Otto Richter was arrested on the scene. The body was sent for autopsy. Weird. That's not... How is that anything like tuberculosis? This is the flashing scenes, so if you're sensitive to flashing, you may just want to close your eyes for just a minute or two.
The garden.
Or just a couple seconds.
There's a garden behind our manor. How could I forget? That's where it all happened, where it all went wrong.
Okay, so we need to go to the
Sherry,
garden.
it looks like you've almost found what you wanted.
Okay. Let's tell Vogel that he can go, and then we'll go. Oh, is he already gone? Okay, that was really fast.
I'll remember this horror forever.
Okay, he's already out. Works for me. Okay, so we need to go back to the house. Mind Palace. Death by hypoxia. Her throat was slit. She drowned. My mother drowned. Her throat wound could either be a final humiliation by her killer or a desperate attempt to save her, or... The slit on my mother's throat was an attempted tracheotomy. It makes no sense to do this if she was drowning. Ooh. But then why was she soaked? It said vertical, right? Did it say vertical slit? Down her throat. Deep vertical incision. If you're gonna slit someone's throat, you would do that, not this. But then why was she wet? Seems like a tracheotomy, but I don't know why she would be soaked then. Okay. So we have to leave here and then we can go back to the house. Oh.
Oh, you did it, Sherlock!
Oh, is he out here?
The
Here he
case is closed, and all rewards belong
Please
to the
take
winner.
off that cloak. It's so
Bravo.
weird.
It is merely the triumph of the truth.
Is it? No compromises? No lies? You're happy with your decisions?
I think so.
It was the best decision I could obtain. The truth must be told in the way it is most
I
acceptable.
tried my best.
You're making progress, Sherlock. I was right to believe in you. By the way, did you get that precious information about your mother? Oh, not that you must.
Yes, I did.
Forgive my intrusion in such a personal matter. I simply worry I'm failing to be of much help to you.
Actually, you
He's
were.
so sus. I don't
For some
trust
reason,
him at
all
all.
the archives on the case had disappeared. This was a
The
rare
Devil's Daughter
opportunity to
game
obtain the impossible.
Taught me to never
Outrageous.
trust
Perhaps
helpful
someone found the
NPCs.
truth unpleasant. Society usually rejects those who speak with too much honesty, doesn't it?
A comfortable lie is often preferred to an uncomfortable truth. Still, I believe that the latter should prevail, and I cannot remain silent.
That's quixotism at its best. Your mere truth cannot defeat institutions, systems, and power. Etiquette, religion, marriage, they're all lies told to preserve connections, love, and sanity.
Very
and
pessimistic.
It's all corruptible.
Jeez.
Lies destroy human dignity. How could you make a free decision without any knowledge of the truth?
Are we really free to decide anything in this world, Sherlock?
Oh shit, that's a deep question. I mean, I don't think that you're necessarily entirely free, but I do think that you can still choose, you know, to lie or tell the truth.
I get enough obnoxious pontification from my brother, so please
I don't want another
spare me your lecture.
moral
Forgive my
lecture.
love for moral philosophy. I know I tend to ramble. You're a walking contradiction, Sherlock. You refuse to lie to others, but
I got my
constantly lie
undercut
to
shaved
yourself.
yesterday, and I just
How long until the train comes
every
off the
time I get it cut, I
can't
just
look
love to
away.
rub my hand
But
on
perhaps
it.
I should
Feels
take
so
a few
nice.
steps back.
We got it.
You're an accident
purple
waiting
this-
to happen, dear. Until then, I shall bid you adieu.
She mixed the actual like pink and blue for the dye, and she's like, let's see if it makes like a nice purple, and it did. Oh. Okay, so let's go back to our house. Damn, that jump though. Okay. So where is it? Down here. Here we go. And after we do this, we'll go stop by a newspaper, see if it tells us if we fucked up or not. Oh, and I still have to do whatever you wanted,
exercise
right?
some restraint, Mr. Holmes. Find the who's and we'll handle the whys.
The elephant.
I imagine Goliath was surprised to find out his lady was not real.
I just love that we kept it. That makes me so happy. Is this the place? Oh, I should probably pin it, right? Large garden behind our manor. Oh wait, no, it's inside. Okay. We go in. What door is it though? Is it in the back here? The shaved head stim is life. It feels so nice. Oh, this is it.
Sherry, please.
Oh, he doesn't
listen
want me to go in.
Sherry,
John, I always listen to you.
you don't have to do this. You don't have to go through.
He's
I don't
trying to
know what is
protect us
beyond
from
this door, but I
something.
can feel it.
Sorry, I'm in a combat flank game and it lags when I alt tab, so I'm slow to
Angry like a
respond.
fly
Oh,
at the
you have
window.
nothing to be sorry for,
I know.
friend. Don't worry about it
I
at
can
all.
sense it too.
I hope
You
you're
knocked
having
away
fun.
this memory for a reason. There is only pain here.
Pain. And truth.
You do not need to suffer either. There is so much more we can do on Cordona, so many others we could help. There is no coming back from
I
this.
gotta take the ice cream outfit off because I can't. I can't take it seriously.
John, my animum, my brother, there is nothing more important in this moment than this truth. I know you fear for me, but my path was set long ago. I can no more step off it than I can ask the avalanche to roll back uphill.
Just
Aww.
please be careful, Sherry. I love you.
Quite. Come on,
Aww.
we'll go together.
That's actually like really tugging at the heartstrings. Oh my god. Right. As soon as I have control, I'm gonna change his outfit. Oh, it changed mine too. Oh, you can't change clothes here. Did it change his too? Yeah, it did. Wow, this is huge.
Why didn't I remember we had such a big garden?
Maybe you forgot it for your own good.
Oop. Sandbox. Rocking horse? Pretty statue.
Ah, yes. The
Merle?
statue of Merope.
Merope.
My mother was trying to restore it. Pity she never had the opportunity to finish.
Very pretty. I can't run in here at all. Wow, look at that mountain. Are we actually still here? Is there a mountain visible from our backyard that I just didn't notice? Possible. Something back there too. A table. I don't want to go all the way back if I don't have to, because I can only slow walk. So. Little bench. Oh. Piano. It's like obscured. Hello? Oh. Suddenly things are not so good. The teacup.
That's from Mother's favorite tea set. What is it doing in here?
That scared me, actually. Oh. Uh-oh. There might be more flashing. Oh. This is scary.
Come here, Sherry. Hurry!
Did we kill our mom?
These must help calm her down.
Oh no. We poisoned her.
What are you thinking about? Is everything all right?
Oh no. Oh no. I think we accidentally poisoned her mother, and the tracheotomy was to try and help her breathe, like from Mycroft or Richter. Probably from Richter, because it said he was there. And that's why Mycroft lied to us, because he didn't want us to figure it out that it was us. Oh my god, that's so brutal. Is that just like a... Oh my god. That scared me. That scared the shit out of me. Gonna disappear again?
Don't go, Mother. Wait.
Oh.
I remember this artifact from Mother's collection.
January 12th?
Mother's work journal. I liked poring over the detailed pages and reading about my parents' collection.
This is really creepy. Like the first person sections here. Well, this is... We're reliving the things that we remembered. So we went in the desk, right?
Here it is. We'll just borrow it for a while.
Did you hear that? Someone's coming. Let's take a peek.
Then we went forward behind the statue.
You call this progress? Charlotte, amateur. I'm not letting you anywhere near my mother again.
Mycroft
and
and
the
the
doctor.
Result is progress, even if it is a worsening of her condition. It informs my...
No. I have made my decision. She must be sent to a legitimate medical facility. I will not let her hurt Sherlock.
What? Master Holmes, you do not understand.
That will be all. I expect you to have left the house by week's end.
Or maybe it was made to look like it was us. But it
Sherry,
wasn't?
say something. Can you hear me? You're scaring me.
Oh, there she is.
I'm waiting for you.
Is this the end of the game already? I feel like we haven't been playing
Sherlock?
for a very long time.
I'm
but I
here,
did
come
just
closer.
do like the main storyline stuff, so.
Coming, Mother.
He's gone.
This was for my mother, wasn't it? I remember how we came to the garden for a breath of fresh air.
Oh. Oh, we're down on the ground. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. He's gonna fall in the pool.
Take me to my flowers, Sherry. They must already be in bloom.
That's
As
why
you
she's
wish,
soaked.
I bet you missed the fresh air.
Oh,
didn't you?
no.
Terribly.
Hey,
The
Doc.
sun is far brighter than
How are
I
you
remember.
doing? Thanks for checking
But I
in.
like it.
It's good to see
You can
you.
walk each day from now on, if you want.
That would be wonderful.
Oh my god. I really hope we don't accidentally drop her in the water.
Just look at them. The stars of the earth.
I'm so
Even
nervous.
the sky must be jealous of their beauty.
Indeed.
Okay. Mom, please don't fall in the ocean. The ocean, the pond.
Mother, would you like to go around the water?
That would be perfect.
Oh
I
no.
always wanted such a nice pond in London. It looks so peaceful.
Mycroft knew you would like it.
Something bad is gonna happen here.
We should put some fish in it, don't you think?
How about
The
some carp?
wheelchair's gonna
That's
tip.
a nice idea.
She's gonna fall right in. And then the doctor's gonna come cut her throat open. There's a big rock there. Don't trip on it.
Let's visit your father's tree. It grows so fast, just like you.
We could even build a tree house in it.
Okay, she didn't fall in the pond.
Yes, Sherry.
That's good. That's what I was expecting would happen. So now I don't know what the fuck is going to happen. I've been
Speaking of your
driving
father,
today. My day just
could
started,
you
so I
call
wanted
him
to come
out,
check in with
please?
you. Hope all is well on your
Mom.
end.
He's...
I hope that you have a great start to your day, friend.
I'm sorry.
Good
He
morning.
passed away. He's gone.
I'm glad that you're doing well.
No, he's not.
I'm telling
Uh-oh.
the truth. Did you forget again?
No, don't you dare say such things.
Oh my
you
god.
are a liar like all the others.
Mother!
Don't call me that. You aren't fooling me.
No!
Oh, did she try and
Mommy
drown
hurts.
us?
My son would never lie.
Oh my god.
Mom, stop! Who are you? Reveal yourself.
Please stop! It's me, Sherlock!
Oh my god.
You are not my Sherry.
Holy shit. This is not what I thought was gonna happen. Who saved us? Oh. Oh my god. Why did he have a gun? That was a lot of information. So she tried to kill us because she was very, very, very mentally unwell. Oh wow, it's all like ripped up. Hysteria in the garden. My mother tried to drown me in the pool at Stonewood Manor. He brought tea. My mother took a dose of sedatives with her tea on the day she died. Dr. Richter experimented on my mother with unconventional drugs and treatments. Every dose had a risk of side effects. My mother used sedatives frequently, so her body must have built up a tolerance it wouldn't be a danger to her. My mother had an unexpected allergic reaction to her medication and she suffocated. That's an option. John and I are responsible. My mother died from an allergic reaction after we gave her sedatives with her morning tea. Otto Richter tried to save Violet, yet Mycroft deliberately blamed him for her death, despite John and I being responsible. Lord, John is the killer. I killed my mother without knowing it. The idea to give her sedatives came from John, which means that I cannot trust my own mind. To heal myself, I must get rid of John. Mycroft hid the truth to protect me, or I am responsible for my mother's death. It was my idea to give her medication which caused the allergic reaction that killed her. It's my guilt. Mycroft hid the truth to protect me. But we're not done yet. After Mycroft caught Otto Richter, he blamed him for our mother's death. What if we do that? Someone drowned my mother either by accident or on purpose. Otto Richter is responsible. My mother, Violet, was drowned by Otto Richter. Mycroft accused him of murder, but it's unclear if Otto killed her deliberately. Otto killed my mother to end her suffering and save my life. Mycroft hid the truth in order to protect me and was correct in accusing Otto of impropriety. Or Otto killed my mother while trying to save me. The drowning was an accident, and he desperately attempted a tracheotomy to save her. Mycroft hid the truth to protect me and wrongfully accused Otto. I feel like no matter what, it's an accident here. But I just don't know if it's him or me. Because I don't want to accuse someone if I don't know. I can't look at the evidence that we have. She did use sedatives quite a lot. She had been on medication for a very long time. And she was completely soaked. It said that her dress was completely soaked, which might not make sense if she had just held us under the water and then had an allergic reaction. But she could have also had the allergic reaction and then fallen in. But that seems like an odd time to have the reaction. Like out of all, because we gave her the tea a while ago, but I genuinely don't know. I wish I could save the game here and try them both. I feel like it was an accident. I feel like he probably saw us being attacked or heard it and came out and tried to save us and maybe like knocked her in and she hit her head or something. and then he tried to save her with the tracheotomy, because that had to be a tracheotomy. But then Mycroft wanted to protect us and not get us involved, so he accused Otto, even though it wasn't really Otto's fault. I don't know, actually. What's the option with us again? It just feels like a very weird time for her to have a sudden allergy attack. That's what I'm kind of going with this on. An accident. Oh shit. I think this is the end of the game. Wow, the game is pretty short if you don't do the side missions. Okay. It's your final decision. Are you sure about your choice? You will not be able to change it after confirmation. God, I don't know. I don't know. Okay.
Sherlock.
Oh my God, I don't know.
Can you hear me?
The main reason I'm choosing it was an accident from Otto is because it seems like such
Get off me.
Strange, perfect timing for an allergic reaction.
And more than that, you hid it from me.
You couldn't bear the truth, Sherlock, so I shouldered it for you. I took your pain, your horror.
Otto Richter murdered my mother, and Mycroft covered it up. Whisked me away from this place, buried me in schoolwork, and left the past to rot.
And you needed a way to cope, so I helped.
You were a lie, John, a fiction.
Kind of like DID, like an actual representation of DID.
I was a friend.
Oh, is that Mycroft?
Sherlock, please.
Sherlock?
What?
Are you okay?
I don't know.
I told you not to come, Sherlock. Where is he?
Who?
Your friend, John.
He's beside you.
Was all this worth it? Is he worth it?
Why is he here?
I think...
The frame rate on John right now? Hello?
A truth I couldn't bear. But now I must face it.
Oh. Oh, it's because he's blinking out. Hello?
Sherlock? What are you doing?
You kept me in the dark and kept your actions quiet.
No. Put the gun down.
You enabled Richter and his untested quackery for far too long. And worse, you wanted to lock up our mother.
I wanted to give you a chance at normalcy, childhood. There was no changing what happened, no good to come of dwelling in the past.
It was lies upon lies. Otto Richter was trying to save her, but you decided he deserved to take the fall.
Sherlock.
Is that justice?
The big picture, Sherlock. The big picture. Perhaps Richter was not responsible for her fit of rage, but his treatment led inexorably to that moment. You were so fragile. I could not... I just couldn't. I chose us over him.
Understandable.
You know, for once I believe you. Perhaps now that the truth is out, I can actually do what you had hoped. Leave it all in the past.
I don't want us to get rid of John.
You have your whole life ahead of you, Sherlock. It is time you got on with it.
Okay, he's still here. Please don't go away.
I was worried there for a minute, Sherry. Really worried. I didn't want to hurt you.
He's not having a good time.
What's so funny?
I am talking to myself, John. I think I was hurt regardless.
But we made a good team, eh? Explored every inch of this place together.
Oh, please don't
Helped a
go
lot of
away.
people. Terrorized a few too, I suppose. I think I may go so far as to say, Sherry, that I have not lived wholly in vain.
So that's it.
No.
It's over.
You've opened every door, Sherry. Faced the past you locked away.
Can I not go and do other side
don't need
stuff
me
after the
I
end
know.
of this?
I will miss you all the same. I don't want you to go.
Yes, you do.
Oh my god.
Bye, John.
Well, now I feel really bad for not doing the side stuff before. I thought I could do it after the end of the game. Or can I still do it without him? That's gonna be so sad. What are we holding? Oh.
Why are you here?
Closure, I suppose. And to help a friend.
You and I are not friends. In a race between the thawing of the ice caps and our friendship, I would buy a boat.
Ha! Is that right?
I can see it now. I know what you did.
What did I do?
You needled me. From the moment we met, you were searching for weakness. You pushed me to pursue the truth about my mother. You questioned everything I did, everything I believed, to break me. To blur truth and fiction, reality, morality. A saboteur in silk. Was it vengeance, Vernon? Or do you prefer Klaus? Excuse
Klaus?
me. You are Klaus Richter, Otto's younger brother. You will be responsible for his end.
Ha! There was no love lost between me and my
Oh
brother.
my god.
I'm sure you can relate. Otto was merely the gravity that pulled me into your orbit. Or you into mine. Once I met you, I could not keep away.
Why?
Holy shit. I wasn't expecting that.
To help you.
You're lying.
To show you that you were wrong.
More lies. I know you now, Werner. Try again.
To see what had happened. Or is that yet another untruth? Does it matter? Take your pick. Who cares? You're my masterpiece. I turned Sisyphus into Ozymandias. You could not see the futility of your quest until I helped you to
guy
let
is
go of the
so
rock. And now,
icky.
Nothing beside remains.
I remain.
I thought this was just Trey become human for a second.
And to spite you.
Oh, I love that
It is a
line.
matter of will and power now. Will you overcome this?
He does kind of look
or
like,
shall you decay?
what's his name, Connor?
Oh, on that note, I brought you something.
I want nothing more from you.
When one wants for nothing, Sherlock,
picture.
the best thing to get them is something personal. So, here you are. Now, please excuse me, but the gallery calls. I'm already conceiving my next project.
Is it our mom? Oh. Is that how he sees us?
You really are beautiful.
A scared little boy hiding in our chair. Jeez. Thank you for checking in. Welcome. How you doing today, Brandon? Never played it, but if you
My
saw
brother
that little
returned to
high-tech
London
potato
soon
chip
after
on the
our
side of his-
disagreement. He enrolled at Cambridge University, but attends only
can I
the rare
not do
classes
anything
that hold his
else?
interest. I hear he took employment at a hospital laboratory, obsessing over his experiments. I suppose he seeks solace in the empirical
Wait.
truth of a chemical test. I am afraid for him.
Happy Friday.
His evenings are spent alone, solving citizens'
Wait,
meaning
I'm
mysteries to pass
upset.
the time. And I suspect he is growing paranoid. One of my agent's vehicles recently ignited during a surveillance operation. She was lucky to get out alive. There is only one man who could orchestrate such a feat. Or perhaps two. I saved my brother. He will never forgive me.
I feel like we got a bad ending. I feel like we got a bad ending. Is that John Watson?
I found it! I found it! I found it!
Is this Watson?
What is that?
It is! That's Watson! Is this the end? Yeah. Oh my god! And he looks like John! Holy shit.
How far, bruises may be produced after death. How are you? You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive.
How on earth did you know that?
He looks like our John.
The question now is about bruising. No doubt you see the significance of this discovery of mine.
It is interesting, no doubt, but practically...
Why, it is the most practical medico-legal discovery for years. Had we these data sooner, hundreds of men would have paid the penalty for their crimes. Cases oft hinge upon how a man died. Now, we can know which wounds he suffered alive, which occurred post-mortem, and what instrument was responsible. And ergo, one will soon be able to calculate with utmost precision when and where death occurred, sparing the innocent and damning the guilty.
Huh. Then you are to be congratulated.
Indeed. But, you came here on business.
Correct again. I am looking for someone with whom to take diggings, and heard you were complaining that you could get no one to go halves with you.
I have my eye on a suite in Baker Street, which would suit us down to the ground. You don't mind the smell of strong tobacco, I hope?
I smoke ships myself.
That's good enough. I get in the dumps at times, and don't open my mouth for days on end. Just let me alone, and I'll soon be right. What have you to confess now? It's best for two fellows to know what bruises each other carries before they begin to live together. My last companion and I...
Well, I object to rows because my nerves are shaken, and I get up at all sorts of ungodly hours, and I am extremely lazy. I have another set of vices when I'm well, but those are the principal ones at present.
I am so
Do you
quiet.
include violin playing in your
I'm
category
enjoying
for rows?
this.
It depends on the player. A well-played violin is a treat for the gods. A badly played one.
Oh, no, that's all right. I think we may consider the thing as settled. Oh, forgive my manners. My attention wavers.
My bitrate is going
Sherlock
all
Holmes.
over again.
Dr. John Watson.
John.
Oh my god. I knew that it was like a cute thing that they both had the same name, but I didn't know that that would be why. Jeez. Okay, I do have to admit though, I am kind of upset because I didn't know that by opening that door, I wasn't going to be able to do anything else in the game. I know that they were like, do you really want to do this? But I didn't know that that was a, do you want to end the game and not be able to do anything else? Or do you want to be able to do other stuff in the game option? I thought that it was just a dialogue choice. I'm a little upset. Or wait, can I? Can I still? Is it gonna let me? Loading. Shit. You can reload a save before the moment. Yeah, I think that's what I'll have to do. And now I can't leave. I'm stuck here now that I loaded it. Oh no. We're gonna Alt F4 so I don't have to go through that whole last cutscene again. Wow. That was a really nice ending. I feel like we got a bad end. I don't know if it's possible to get a good or a bad end, but also hi Shady, I hope you're doing well. I don't know if it's possible to get a good or a bad end depending on like what you choose for who's responsible. But or maybe it was just we were always gonna hate Mycroft, but makes me sad. Do I have what was before then? Sacrificial lamb. Okay, so here. Hopefully this should be right before we went in. Did we find the thing here yet? Oh, here. Okay. Did that. Thanks, I'm well, and you? I'm doing pretty well too. Thanks for asking. It's good to see you. Alright, so we'll do a little bit of walking around. Not a ton more, because my bitrate is starting to go crazy and I'm getting very hungry, but we'll at least go maybe shopping and look at the newspapers and see how the last case we did ended up.
The garden. There's a garden behind our manor. How could I forget? That's
Oh, you did it!
It is.
I have to go through this conversation again. It is what it is.
Well, you.
We already did this conversation, which is why I'm skipping it. Okay. Alright, let's go buy a newspaper. Have you gotten the season pass DLC? I don't. I wasn't sure how long the game was, so I didn't get it because I didn't know like if it was going to be something I should buy right away or not, but I will probably end up getting it because it was very fun. Okay, so here we just go west a little bit and then south. Wait, no, eastward. And then south. So buy us a newspaper. And then we'll have a look at all those side quests that we have. Around here somewhere, right? Yeah. Here we go.
Extra, extra! Good actor! Interested in some Cordona news?
Buy it.
Check the front page.
Okay, what does it say? Police stormed the Manchios mansion yesterday, uncovering a depraved soiree and the body of one of Cordona's most beloved beauties, Fabio. In a sickening twist, the young Adonis was found on a basement altar, surrounded by occult inscriptions drawn in his blood. Several attendees of the gala were arrested, and upon further investigation, police determined that the strange circumstances of the death were the killer's attempt to hide the truth. A source with knowledge of the situation tells us it was manslaughter, and that the owner of the house, Mr. Kurt Manchios, had unintentionally killed the drugged actor in an act of self-defense. I don't think it was, though. I didn't mean to insinuate that it was self-defense when I just said that it was a crime of passion. Were it not for his attempt to hide the crime, he would have walked free. Instead, he faces 2 years in jail. 2 years?
You won't regret it.
Damn. They just dropped the last DLC pack yesterday. You'll probably get 6 hours more content with all the packs. Okay. That's definitely something to think about then. Did we get some stuff for the house? I haven't gotten anything for the house. Let's go shop a little bit. Yeah, my bitrate is not having a great time.
Simply the best, the finest.
I don't know what's... I know I keep saying that like every stream, but it's very frustrating. I don't think there's anything I really like. I like the pea coat the most. Although this stuff is pretty great too.
Of course, think it over. Take your time.
Masterpieces by local artists at an affordable price.
Alright, you have
My
stuff
goods
here?
will bright.
Oh, John. I have quite a bit of money. The Holmes family. That Cordona landscape just like outside, but without all the murder. Get this too. I had to deal with that for like 2 months and Spectrum refused to do anything. It happened so suddenly. My bitrate was totally fine, and then like the past 3 or 4 streams, it's been absolute shit, and I'm dropping...
Make your garden cozier with our goods.
Thousands of frames.
My goods?
Swing chair. Same. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Cause like, my speed test just shows that everything is fine and I'm connecting to the internet fine, but streaming, no. A nice bench. David and Goliath. It could be a CPU thing? I don't think so, because like I just got a new computer not too long ago, and the CPU is pretty beefy. Okay. So are these ones on the side like 5 cases? Yes. Wow, okay, there's a lot. So this is the eels. String theory. Mycroft's request. An iron coffin. Also, this is the guy who was found inside the safe. I am interested in that. Let's go to the police station. We'll dress up like an officer and go there. Oh wait, I always forget to go to the map. I think this is the station, right? Yeah. I did have an issue with, I think, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Sometimes when the game draws so much, it actually affects the bitrate. If it was just happening with, like, one game, I think maybe so, but it's been happening with all of them. I think I'm just being punished by the universe. Wait, where's the police station? Does it say here? Oh yeah, oops. We had a lot of construction done around our house lately, so... Did you do that update? I don't think I have yet. That's probably what I need to do, actually. That's a good point.
Any progress with the case, Mr. Holmes?
Any progress with the case? I will do that right after we're done here. Your speed test is fine. It might not be interwebs. I don't know. I'm so bad with technology. I'm a boomer. Where's the holding cells? Chief Inspector. Can't go in. This is just the evidence room. Looks like you have police board cases there. Where? Oh, I can pick stuff up from here? Oh, I didn't even know I could. That's cool. Nice. Not we can bother talk. Thank you for telling me, Shady. Alright, the holding cells are back here, I think, right? Because that's back here. I'm volunteering your help.
Oh, what a long day.
Hopefully the update will fix it. I think I was like trying to test something in OBS and I clicked skip it and intended to update it the next time I opened it. And then it didn't pop up again. Anything down here? Bunk beds! For fun, prison fun. Fucking love bunk beds. In here? No? Where's the guy? Talk to you? Did I miss a door somewhere? Oh, here. What's up?
Excuse me, but are you Mr. Capello?
Oh, wow.
My name is Sherlock Holmes.
That beard,
I'm hoping
though.
you could spare a moment to talk.
Manners? What a pleasant surprise. Most of your
Told me
colleagues have
about
lacked
streaming
even
in
the simplest of common courtesies.
936 instead of 1080, and it made worlds of difference, especially at FPS games. Overall game length with all side cases is probably around 30 to 40 hours. Wow, that's a lot of side stuff. Jeez. I don't want to lie.
The reason should be apparent, Mr. Capello. I am not a policeman. I have taken an independent
wanna
interest in your
lie.
situation.
Ah, of course. You're a journalist.
Nope.
Nothing so prosaic. I'm a detective of sorts.
I'm
with
probably
an interest
gonna
in the interesting,
not really
such
get
as
too
your
far
case.
into this
I'm
case,
not
though, and
after
wrap
your
up for
money,
today.
nor a scandalous
It's been
tale
about
for the
3
Gazette,
hours,
just
and
the truth.
now I know I need to
how
update
quaint.
OBS. I really
Ben,
want to do that.
Ask your questions, Mr. Holmes.
So we'll talk to this guy and then we'll call it here for the day. But we are going to be playing more of this tomorrow. We'll just be doing like a bunch of side missions and stuff, and maybe get the DLC and see how that is. So. Focused look. I say as I yawn. Elegant new clothing, fresh and fashionable. Ooh, he's been in a fight. Bruised hand, recent trauma. Oh, married. Height on the finger, so he's gained some weight since he got married. Methodical or impulsive, Basilio Capello is the local proprietor of the famous Armor Capello safe, lock, door, and home security company in Cordona. He's currently being held in the police station holding cells as the prime suspect for Niccolo Dedi's murder. He's in his early 40s, a methodical man who puts business and principles above all else. Keeps calm and focused despite being arrested, has a bruise on his hand, possibly had to defend himself recently, values family life, or keeps his frustrations bottled up while at the police station but could be prone to violence. He has a bruise on his hand which might be the result of a fight attached to his family. Ooh. I mean, focused? So maybe, I feel like maybe methodical. I'm still kind of lurking, so in case I missed the actual end of stream, have a good night, Queen. No worries at all, Neki. Thank you for the lurk. I hope you have a great rest of in case I don't see you again. It's a pretty big side case. Okay. Yeah, we'll just talk to this guy and then wrap it up for today.
You are surprisingly composed for a man accused of murder. Not so easily
I'm so excited to go eat food.
Life is full of surprises.
I'm gonna make some spaghetti.
You'd be astonished how many deals go sour due to a force majeure. One becomes skilled at adapting. I am confident this will all be set straight. Until then, I will endure.
Much how you endure that injured hand. Those bruises look painful, but you seem barely aware of it. Were you attacked?
No. A minor accident, nothing more. My heady days as a man out to prove his valor are far behind me. I now know that to succeed in life, one must stay calm and plan ahead. The world will turn your way eventually. And if it does not, then one must persuade it so.
Please, tell me how you ended up in this situation.
Well, this morning some clients arrived to finalize their purchase of a Capello
It reminds
modular
me of
safe. But when we opened the door,
The Good Place.
out tumbled a dead man.
Of how I think his name is it Jason? Of how Jason
No,
died.
I normally keep my corpses in the wardrobe. Please, young man, spare me your wit. The rest of the day was a blur.
Isn't this exactly how
I
Jason
recognized
died
the
in The
victim,
Good Place?
and it seems so did the police. That was enough to make me the main suspect.
Who sent for the authorities?
No one. As it happens, we had a break-in last night. Nothing was stolen, but for insurance purposes, the report had to be made. So, police officers just happened to be on the premises when we discovered the body in the safe.
You say you became the suspect when the police identified the victim. Is there history between you?
Surely you jest. That man and I have never met and never would.
You said you knew him.
Unless he became the first Detti in history
just said
to
that you knew
use our
him.
products.
Some sort of family feud? I'm afraid
Oh,
I'm not
you know him by
familiar.
reputation. Okay.
You must be new to Cordona. It's an old tale. Back in Italy, generations ago, the Dettis tried to ruin our family business. They nearly succeeded. The Capellos rightfully struck back, but there has been bad blood ever since.
And does that blood flow in you too?
I told you, sir, it's an old story, or it was. I fear this horrible event portends worse to come. My wife may be in danger as we speak.
You mentioned you were showing your wares to some prospective buyers when the safe was opened. Who were they?
Clerks from the bank. They inspected the safe from top to bottom yesterday. I assumed the sale was just a formality at that point.
And the safe was closed?
It's usually open, but it locks automatically when the door swings closed.
Maybe it
That's
isn't Jason.
another
Maybe some guy
marvelous
just
Capello
accidentally
invention.
got himself killed.
Coffin that locks itself. Marvelous indeed. Help me grasp your movements yesterday. What time did you meet the customers from the bank, and did you have any other appointments?
Yesterday, the bank clerks arrived at 10 a.m. Afterwards, I was alone in the office until my wife Augusta came in at 3 p.m. I left for home at 6:30 p.m.
And what about this morning?
Our meeting for the demonstration was set for 9 a.m. I arrived about half an hour prior in order to prepare.
I have one final inquiry. Do you recall the time at which the safe door was closed?
Young man, I may just as well ask you when you closed your cigar case. I have opened our safes 12 times a day for 12 years. I do not recall.
That's fair. Whenever anybody in like a detective game or a TV show or a movie is like, do you remember the time that you did this? I'm like, if I was ever questioned, I would be fucked because I don't remember the time that anything happened. Like, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you what time I woke up today. I don't know.
I'd like to inquire about the burglary.
I'm not sure I see the connection, but if you wish to know more, talk to Billy Lloyd, the night watchman. He scared off the thief.
Was it also Billy that discovered the burglar?
No, my wife did. She had stayed late yesterday. Poor Augusta. At least she's safer with the police than at home alone.
Augusta. That's a nice name.
Well, Mr. Capello, I think that's all I need from you at present. Where can I find your office?
Here, take my card. Billy should be on site to assist with the investigation. And please, sir, would you check on my wife before you depart?
Yes.
Thank you. I will endeavor to speak with her before I leave the station.
Okay.
Please, treat her gently. Women lack our resilience when it comes to ordeals like this. I shall eagerly await your return. After all,
I changed my mind. I don't want to help him.
Disappointing. We were putting on a show and you call it off halfway through.
I don't want to help him. Alright, hang on. I gotta change John's outfit. Oh, I can't change it here because I forgot. Okay, so we're gonna pin that. I'm gonna pin what he asked us to do. So that we remember when we start playing this tomorrow what we were doing.